with Fan Sports Saturday. The Fan Sports Day of the Week. Oh, this is some clever branding. Here's your host. Place, name, here.
Saturday, July 12th. Great to be with you. Dylan Tyrer, Dane Sanzenbacher, Nate Puderbaugh running things behind the scenes. Going to talk a lot of different things this fine Saturday, Dane. Got a little bit of tennis talk, of course.
Okay, I'll do my best.
Big time tennis weekend with Wimbledon going on. We've got the men's and women's finals. I want to talk some NFL. It's been a while for me, and training camp is around the corner. I think some rookies are reporting. I saw the Chargers, they've got their rookies in town before training camp starts. So I want to get a little NFL conversation going because it's been a while since I dug into the National Football League. Then check in on some NBA stuff as well. I feel like during the NBA offseason, it doesn't really quiet down, right? The NBA, it just keeps going.
It does. Is it the longest season in pro sports?
Well, no, baseball. Baseball is 162 games.
I know. I'm talking like timeline, though.
It's about the same as hockey. Ground. It's about the same as hockey. Hockey's 7 months, I think. So
yeah, it's one of those. It's such a star-driven sport that off-season is so important. Whenever you're like, okay, who's shifting around? Where's LeBron going?
Exactly. That's what we got to talk about. There's LeBron rumors going.
Yeah.
Would the NBA be longer? It goes at least 8.
Does it?
Like October to June by the time they're finally done.
Well, that's what hockey goes. I mean, hockey starts preseason September and then Stanley Cup final in June.
Yeah.
They link up. They're within 2 weeks of each other, start and finish typically.
I'll ask ChatGPT and break as long as they'll solve it for us.
And then we've got to talk a little bit of baseball because, playoff race heating up right now, trade deadlines coming up, and both the Guards and the Reds are in the conversation right now. Neither team is in a playoff spot, but they're in the conversation, so we'll talk about that.
An all-star game too, right?
Yep, the all-star game is, of course, around the corner, so lots to get into. But, starting off, I've been playing the new NCAA football game a lot lately. Okay. Like, I got into it last summer when it came back. First of all, like when NCAA football was in its heyday, like early 2000s, mid-2000s, I was playing that thing like crazy. Larry Fitzgerald, he was on the cover. I think that was 03 or 04. Larry Fitzgerald was on the cover, and I was playing the heck out of that thing. Did you ever play NCAA football?
I did.
You played the real thing.
Well, yeah. Yeah, it depends what you're talking about. I played the real thing and the video game. The video game was obviously popular when I was in college and playing. It's funny, like I've never been a big gamer. Okay. I've really tried. And I would like to because it's especially now when you can play online with friends when a lot of my friends don't maybe live in Columbus. I keep trying. I own an Xbox and it just becomes a Blu-ray player. But at the time,
you're still rocking Blu-rays.
Oh, don't get me started on the physical medium. That would be a whole segment of yes, I do still own DVDs, and I think streaming. When you stop streaming, you have nothing. Anyway, let's not go there. We'll save it. But yeah, so I played a little bit, and I can remember playing in the dorms because it was a big deal when I started at Ohio State. That next game came out, and you're like, am I going to be in this? Like, it's mind-blowing at the time for like you were just in high school last year, like, wait, am I going to be in this video game? And so that was the fun thing when it came out. All the guys in the dorm had it, and you're like looking up the roster. They couldn't use your name, but there was a striking likeness to some of the players.
Your name was wide receiver number 12.
Wide receiver number 12. The complexion was correct. The height and weight and position, obviously correct.
Some of the skill set was there?
In a lazy, stereotypical way, yeah.
High motor,
sure-handed.
Plays through the whistle.
Yeah, that was there. But also, so the weirdest thing was hometown was in there, right?
Yeah.
So my hometown in there was always listed as Maumee.
Okay.
So I grew up in Toledo. Maumee is just a close suburb. My thought was always, okay, this is how they kind of covered themselves. So like, it's not really you. We're just going to pick a town over. So I was thinking about that today when I saw this rundown, and then I looked up my Wikipedia, which I don't often do. It says Maumee, Ohio.
Well,
and I'm like, hold on. I called my dad. And I'm like, Dad, because I was like, we did live in Maumee when I thought it was only when my brother was born, who's 2 years older than me. I thought I was always in Toledo. And I was born at St. Vincent in Toledo. He's like, no, we moved to Toledo when you were a year and a half. You were born in Maumee. We lived in Maumee when you were born. I was like, what? So I've been thinking, which leads me to the next question. How did NCAA know that and I didn't know that?
I'm so glad that I was able to trigger this conversation for you.
I still don't know. Like, how did both Wikipedia and NCAA football know that Maumee was the correct answer and I would have said Toledo?
That's absolutely unbelievable. You were probably telling all your buddies on the team, you're like, I'm from Toledo.
I was like, this is a hometown. I would still consider Toledo. I was born in Toledo, but my first residence was a Maumee residence. All that to say, I can't fit. Like, were they like surfing they use your name, Social Security Administration? I was first registered in Maumee.
They probably asked someone in the department, like, even though they couldn't use your name, but they probably like asked on stats of players and stuff.
How did Wikipedia know that you were?
But staff
like,
would have said
crazy.
Toledo, like, because they would have only known from me. They're not looking up my birth certificate. They were said, like, where I'm from Toledo. I grew up in Toledo. I lived there as long as I can remember. So either it's a coincidence that they guessed a town over, or they had some database that I wasn't aware of, but I'd imagine they probably had to like fish through. They just did names. They looked them up in the public records. I probably linked to Maumee somewhere. Those devious little NCAA creators. I don't know.
So guys on the football team in that era were playing the game. Like you guys were playing against each other. That's pretty sweet. Did you guys ever do the thing? Because when I was in college, it was a big deal to do. Because remember, when I went to Ohio State, the NCAA football game was done. I think the last one they created was NCAA 14, I want to say, something like that. So when I went to Ohio State, they were not making the game anymore. Maybe it was even NCAA 12. But something guys would do, and girls, was you would play the last game. Like we had a PS3, I think, in the living room because that's what the game was on. And you would do a dynasty in the house, but each guy would have their own program, and you'd essentially create like a conference with all those teams in it, and you would just play each other for a conference championship. Huge thing during college.
Huh. How did you account, like in the dynasty mode, can you get better? Like, does your team get better, or you're just locked into, does everybody have the same talent level?
It's essentially like you could do it year after year, like where you would recruit and stuff, but your games were essentially against the guys in your house. So you'd create the own conference. I think the idea when we did it, at least, was just play a season and we'll see where it goes. But hypothetically, yeah, like you could create one season. So like I could be Ohio State, you could be Penn State, my other buddy could be Virginia.
But everybody had to pick, you couldn't all be Ohio State.
No, you could not all be Ohio State. Everybody had to pick their own thing. And yeah, you could hypothetically build that program for years and we could keep competing against each other. It's a lot of fun.
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
I mean, as soon as I got blown away by the hometown thing, never played again, I guess. It's just like, I don't even, what?
You're too scared.
No, it was cool. A lot of guys did play.
Yeah.
Madden was a big thing too. Like it was very, very similar. I think NCAA was, you could do create a player in that, right?
Yes. So essentially what it's called now is the Road to Glory. So you can, and they had this in the last iteration of the game, I believe, but when they brought it back last year, the Road to Glory did not begin in high school. So that was one of the great things about the last game is you would play a few high school games in your Road to Glory, and depending on how you did, that's who would recruit you. Like the big schools would recruit you. So they brought that back. So you design your player, you pick where they're from, where they go to high school. They've got kind of a rotation of the different team names, jerseys you can wear. Not many selections, but you can pick, and then you play a high school season, and there are different, recruiting milestones that, hey, on this drive, you need to accomplish this drive, you need to accomplish this. Hey, Ohio State's in the building. They want to see you throw for a 60-yard touchdown. That'll make them want to recruit you. So if you do that, then all of this stuff adds up to you getting recruited. It's pretty sweet. Like, I like the high school thing a lot.
Yeah, I have never. Are they incorporating NIL?
Yes. Well, yeah, the guys, that's the big thing about this game coming back is that the guys are in the game now. Like the
No,
guys,
I mean like within the storyline.
Oh yeah,
Like Ohio State's in the building. They need to see a 60-yard touchdown, and
so
here's your offers from Ohio State, Penn State, Michigan.
Yeah, so that was part of the game last year. I haven't reached that point. I'm still in high school.
You can do it,
this
man.
one, but last year, yeah, like you would sign NIL deals and stuff like that. Like my first one was with a barbershop. I had a quarterback at Arizona State, and I signed with a barbershop. Pretty sweet.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So yes, it is in the game.
It's in the game.
All of this, EA Sports, it's in the game.
Yep.
All of this to say, I'm ready for football season. Like I've reached that point a couple of weeks ago. I don't know where you guys are with this, and maybe it feels different for you, having played in college, played in the NFL. Like when it starts to feel good. But a couple of weeks ago, I'm like, okay, I'm here. I'm ready for football season.
It's getting there. I would say it's not starting to feel this time of year. Just reminds me heavily of camp, and camp's about the worst time to be a football player.
Mm-hmm.
It's hot. It's like there's no payoff for a little bit. You're in a hotel, so yes, it feels like it's here, but not in a great way. And I'd like it better when it's starts to chill out and it's actually fall. But yeah, it's crazy how fast it came back.
Yeah,
so we got a lot to talk about on it.
All right, let's hold that thought because I want to talk to you a little bit more about training camp and what that feels like from a player's perspective. I played high school football, and I'm with you. Like training camp, I absolutely hated it, but I want to know what it's like in college versus the NFL, so I want to discuss that. Plus, going to preview the men's and women's Wimbledon finals. That's coming up next. It's Fan Sports Saturday right here on The Fan.
A lot has changed in 30 years, but we're still that old shoe that feels worn in and well-loved. And well, we smell a little, but you've accepted that. The Fan.
Got one of those days that never stops? Try a stop at Speedway. Refresh your fuel tank, refresh your U-tank with 69-cent large Big Gulp drinks. And refresh the vibe for any drive. Refresh at Speedway with 69-cent large Big Gulp drinks with speedy rewards, and try exclusive Mountain Dew Infinite Swirl flavor for a limited time only. The convenience stores of Speedway. Valid through 8/26/25. See app for full terms.
Bobby Carpenter here for Germain Toyota. Swing by Germain Toyota and ask for Marcello and discover unbeatable deals and a wide selection of new and certified pre-owned Toyota vehicles. Visit them at germaintoyota.net. Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road.
This summertime, it's Modelo time. Whether you're poolside or curbside, kick it with an ice cold Modelo. Time to fire up the grill and turn up. Time to reach for a crisp Modelo or the refreshing lime and salt flavors of Modelo Chelada. Time to raise one to summer, and time to stock up on Modelo before summer is gone. Drink responsibly. Beer and flavored beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu. My Computer Career, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Get Eco.
Aaron, you know that complete HVAC system we sell for $12,000?
Yeah, it's for homes that are 1,600 square feet or less.
How big is 1,600 square feet?
3 bedroom, 2.5 bath. Those homes are what America is made of.
Get Eco.
Other companies are charging $15,000 to $18,000 for that same system.
Yeah, I know.
And if your family doesn't need a new furnace, Eco will replace the AC component for just $8,500. Why are we doing this?
Nurses, police officers, office workers, firefighters, and school teachers live in those houses, Jerry.
The people that America is made of live in the houses that America is made of.
We're just doing what we can to restore balance to the universe, Jerry.
Get Eco.
When a person is doing well, they're making money. But when they're doing good, they're helping others.
Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians.
We're bringing balance to the universe.
Go to geteco.com.
Come into your local AAA Tire and Auto Service and save up to $30 on auto repair with their AAA Triple Play. And on the plus side, AAA members save more. Offer valid July 1st through July 31st. See store for details.
A Attack and dominate. Morning Juice is on YouTube and 10 TV Plus.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Join Bobby Carpenter and Tito weekdays starting at 6 or watch on demand. More Bobby, less commercials. The Fan.
Road trip. This summer at Tire Discounters, your tires are your passport to savings because you're driving to Paris,
Texas.
Then it's off to Rome,
Georgia.
And you'll be kissing the Blarney Stone in Dublin,
Ohio.
Right now, save up to $434 when you buy 4 tires, and that includes a free alignment and oil change. Stop at Tire Discounters before you see the world.
Let's be honest, we could all use a little vacation from the ordinary. But with Tim Hortons' new refreshers, you don't need to pack your bags. Just sip, relax, and enjoy your refreshing 16-ounce vacation. With tropical mango packed with real pineapple and mango pieces. And strawberry watermelon kiwi featuring real pieces of strawberry and kiwi. Also, try it with lemonade or coconut milk. A choose-your-own taste bud adventure. Head to Tim's for the new refreshers. Your 16-ounce vacation awaits. Only at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. At participating U.S. restaurants.
Hi, this is Bob Masheter from Dick Masheter Ford. Thank you to all of Central Ohio as we head towards 60 years of doing business in the Buckeye State. Dad opened up in 1967 simply trying to offer a better way to buy a car, and we've been working ever since to serve our neighbors. We have served you through wars, recessions, and even a Chinese virus. Here is to serving you and your kids and your grandkids for the next 60 years, except on Sundays when we're closed, because it's the right thing to do. Still 24/7 at masheterford.net. Thanks.
Boating season is finally here, and Buckeye Lake Marina is your go-to destination for all your on-the-water needs. With the largest inventory in Central Ohio, you can choose from top brands like Bennington, South Bay, Crown Line, and more. Buckeye Lake Marina has it all. Pontoon boats, luxury tri-toon boats, even merch. Open 7 days a week to serve you better. Find your next dream boat at Buckeye Lake Marina. Visit BuckeyeLakeMarina.com today for all your on-the-water needs. The good life, the lake life, starts at Buckeye Lake Marina.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Sunny and hot with highs in the low to mid-90s today with a few pop-up afternoon showers and storms. Then clearing tonight, partly cloudy, lows in the low 70s. And for Sunday, upper 80s with a few showers and storms. I'm meteorologist Mike Joyce on 97.1 The Fan.
Question from a listener: do you dopes ever get tired of talking about Ohio State? No. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
The Fan. Just because it's the weekend doesn't mean we shut up. This is Fan Sports Saturday.
So we're about 20 minutes into this radio show right now, and I think Dane Sanzenbacher's world is already flipped upside down, finding out that both Wikipedia and I guess back in the day, the old NCAA video game had you from Maumee, Ohio, rather than Toledo, which you thought you were born in Toledo and raised in Toledo your whole life.
Well, I know I was born in Toledo.
Yeah.
And I would consider my hometown Toledo because I have no recollection. I did know we lived in Maumee when I was very young. I thought I was probably like 6 months, maybe a year. But me barely knowing, this is not very well recorded or documented enough for NCAA football or Wikipedia to know that. So how they figured it out, I still do not know. And when I was on the drive in, because I realized this earlier this morning when I was prepping for the show, I saw you were going to talk about this. I was like, oh, I got a funny thing. And I was like, wait, am I wrong or were they wrong? So I called my dad on the way in here, and 4 separate times the call dropped as soon as I was asking him the question. So I was like, hey, what are you doing? I'm installing air conditioning for your brother, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, hey, did we move to Toledo before or after I was born, or how old was I? He's like, oh, no, you were like 1.5. I ask a follow-up question, call drops. Like, I call him back, call drops. I'm like, is this a Truman Show? Am I about to learn too much?
Through the conspiracy there, Dane.
Yeah. I'm like, am I about to learn too much about my past? And they just can't. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll just call you back later. I'm going to call him after the show and get to the bottom of this, I think. But
I cannot wait. I feel like when you and I host together again, we've got to check back in on this and
yeah.
Do
well,
a real
I don't know. When I find out that both you guys are actually actors,
The YouTube headline is just going to be Dane has an existential crisis.
Yeah.
3 hours of you losing your mind.
Yeah, I just find the end of the world. I run into like a cloud wall and walk through. Realize everybody's been watching me this whole time.
All this started because I said I was ready for football season. And you said something before we hit that break that really piqued my interest in that. Did you dread training camp every year? Like, that is my question now, because training camp sucks. Like, I remember doing 2-a-days in high school. It would be hot. It was miserable. I can't even imagine, college football, NFL. But did you look forward to it? Did you dread it? How did you feel about it?
No, I think I dreaded it.
Okay.
I think a lot of people did. I'm a normal human, right? What is to look forward to in blazing 90-degree heat in pads, running around on turf that is like, make it like your feet start to get hot that you can't stand still.
Yes.
You need to walk around. So like the appeal to the normal public would be like, oh, sign me up for that. No, there was not a lot. Like the payoff is, potentially having some of that glory during the season, but actual camp, it's a tough go. But I mean, maybe that was just I think if you asked 90% of guys, nobody's like looking forward to training camp.
What about college camp compared to the NFL? Were there differences? Is one harder than the other in your experience?
Yeah. Well, so when you were playing in high school, were 2-a-days already done with?
No, we did 2-a-days.
You would still do 2-a-days?
Which they sucked. It sucked.
Yeah. So that was we still had them when I was in college.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like NFL had long done away with them. And I think college to this point in essence has. I think they still do like a walkthrough or something. So college was worse. College was much harder that you were just like, you were locked in. But there was NFL had a different side of stress to it in that at least in college, I knew I was going to be on the team.
Yeah.
In the NFL, like every camp I went into for 4 years, I knew like of a 53-man roster, you're in the high 40s. So like, okay, where are you going to slot in this? Are they going to keep 5 or 6 receivers? Now, every year they did. I was a much better preseason player, I think, than a regular season. But I could go against the twos. Like I think I was like a B tier, like NFL. Like I could cook against the twos. I had like 2 punt returns. I don't even return punts. So I was like right on that edge. But that led to like camp was stressful because I didn't even know where I was. It was like, hey, if you don't get this job, you might get cut, and then a team, Seattle could pick you up, and then I got to move across the country to try to make that team and live in a hotel out there. So it was a different level. None were in retrospect. Now that I've been in reality and had real jobs, that's just no way to live.
Yeah, a lot of stress.
Yeah. So camp was not something that I don't think even the stars though necessarily look forward to. Maybe quarterbacks nerd out on liking to get the process because they're as close to a coach as you're going to get. And I'm sure coaches on some level enjoy seeing their pieces coming together. But players, at least non-quarterback players, you're a piece of that puzzle. You don't get the gratification of like, wow, we're going to have a good team this year. I'm like, I'm tired and really hot, and we don't have a game for another 4 weeks.
Okay, you keep talking about the heat. Have you seen what's happening at Wimbledon with the fans passing out?
No.
You haven't heard about this?
Let me preface by saying I think this just came up the other day. I think I either used up all of that heat toughness during these camps and I just have none anymore. I cannot be hot. Like if you suggest sitting on a patio anytime between, the summer months, I can't enjoy my meal and I almost am not enjoyable to be around. So yes, I'm an air conditioned guy. This feels great in here. But no, is it really hot at Wimbledon right now?
Okay, so you would actually fit in very, very nicely with the Wimbledon crowd. It's like 80 degrees in England right now, and people are passing out in the crowd. It's the most British thing ever. I absolutely love it.
That would be me.
Yeah, it's like, what do we got here? It's probably 85, 90, 95 feel some of these days in Columbus. Like, it's been hot. Yesterday I was on the golf course. It was scalding hot. Did I pass out? No, I did not. These Wimbledon people, I cannot understand what is going on there. They're sitting and doing nothing.
Do they just drink less water?
That's a great question. Lukewarm Guinness.
It's just lukewarm Guinness. And like we would, in the United States, you're always like served water with your drinks. I think that's only like an American thing, like a tall glass of water. So maybe they're just less hydrated.
I could see your outfit right now is kind of.
Maybe I was slightly inspired
Wimbledon
by like
vibes.
it's a classy weekend.
Yeah, a little.
I should have worn just bright white,
like that seersucker top.
I don't watch a lot of tennis, but Wimbledon has that ambiance, and I am a sucker too for the panning the audience and seeing what celebrities are there.
The celebs.
Like dressed way too nicely, and everybody's just like clapping properly, and there's like royalty.
Yep, the all white fits.
Yeah, it's pretentious.
So we've got one of the finals later today. Amanda Anisimova, number 13 seed. She's American, by the way, taking on Iga Swiatek, the number 8 seed. So this is a first-time deal for Anisimova. Swiatek has 5 Grand Slams. This is actually her first Wimbledon final, though, so it's a first for both of these women. So I'm excited to see what happens. It's at 11 o'clock, so coming up in just over 30 minutes at Wimbledon. And Anisimova, it's a big-time upset for her to get here. She took down Aryna Sabalenka, the number 1 overall seed. So we've kind of got an American underdog taking on a veteran here in Iga Swiatek, which has me fired up. I'd love to see an American win at Wimbledon.
It would be awesome. And it seems like American tennis is having a kind of resurgence. At least it feels like. I've heard of more, both on the male and female side.
Yeah,
and this is like the post-Venus Serena running the show era.
Mm-hmm.
But you've at least have some American tennis stars that are showing up and making pushes. The boys always have, I don't know who's our last great American tennis player.
Andy Roddick?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Probably.
Yeah.
But it's fun. That's fun to see.
No, I like it. And I think on the women's side, there have been more consistently good American players. Like Jess Pegula has been a good player for a long time. Sloane
Gauff, right?
Stevens, Coco Gauff have been in there in that conversation as well. Of course, Serena just retired a couple of years ago, and even she was pretty darn solid until the very end.
Yeah, she buys you a lot of time.
Yes, but on the men's side, there has been a serious American resurgence. Like Francis Tiafoe at the U.S. Open a couple of years ago made a great run. Taylor Fritz has really come on, and he almost made the men's final. That's going to be tomorrow. Jannik Sinner, number 1 overall seed. Carlos Alcaraz, the number 2 overall seed. Alcaraz has actually won back-to-back times at Wimbledon, so he's going for a three-peat here, and it would have been great to see Fritz make it, but...
Is there a young, upcoming American? Up and coming, doesn't wear sleeves?
Oh, Ben Shelton. Yeah, Ben Shelton's a very good player. Yeah, he's... Sorry,
I just remembered those arms.
No, he is jacked. He's also dating Dennis Rodman's daughter, Trinity Rodman. She was highly featured during his run at Wimbledon the last couple of weeks, so they're kind of a big social media couple.
And she was famously not that thrilled about him being there.
Yeah, so I think she's kind of...
This is for the ladies listening.
Yeah,
we'll get in a little gossip real quick.
She's kind of separated herself from Dennis Rodman, doesn't necessarily recognize him as her father.
And he shows up in the big moments.
Yeah, because she's a fantastic soccer player, one of the best female soccer players in the world, and I don't think she likes it when he comes to support her.
So Shelton, why I recognize this, though, in like the sleeveless thing, was only because it was Wimbledon. And I know like... Rafa Nadal was always a sleeveless guy. Even Alcaraz goes sleeveless, but I always thought you had to have the T-shirt at Wimbledon. I feel like I remember all of them, even the guys that were traditionally like, which one's Clay? French?
Yes.
French Open, I can just picture sleeveless, like or Australian, whatever it is. But Wimbledon, it seemed like there was an arm covering requirement that you had to at least have T-shirt. And I saw him out there playing no sleeves. So I was like, what is going on? Have they flexed the rules? He's just the first person I've seen do that.
All right, give me a quick prediction before we hit the break here. Women's final, Amanda Anisimova, the American, taking on Iga Swiatek. Who is going to win? Is USA gonna get some Wimbledon glory here?
I think so.
All right, let's go for the upset there. I love that. I'm with you. Men's side, what are we thinking? Jannik Sinner, he's won 3 majors. Alcaraz has 5. He's like, Alcaraz is the next great young thing. Does he get the three-peat?
That would be my money. He's as he's as unhuman as I think there is in tennis right now. Like that person, you're just like, what is with this guy? He's never out of it. Very Rafa Nadal-esque, and that's been his idol. But it would be tough for me to bet against him.
All right, I'm going Yannick Sinner because Alcaraz beat Sinner in the French Open this year. Epic final between those two. So I'm going to go Yannick Sinner, kind of getting the best of Alcaraz this time and snapping the potential three-peat. So I like the American, Anisimova, and then I like Yannick Sinner.
When's the men's final?
The men's final will be on Sunday. It's TBD time because I think it's based off of some of these other events that have to happen for it, so they don't have a set time yet, but that will be on Sunday.
We'll have to pull up the ladies on the screen.
Yeah, we actually will. Nate,
we'll give you a live
You know how to fire that up there? We can get the women's final so we can get some live updates going on?
I'm sure the remote works.
Let's go. I've got to find the remote. I've got to find the remote.
He said, ask with your eyes, not with your mouth. Remote's right in front of you. Dang. All right, Nate.
All right, I see that. I can't see the remote. He can see it. It's fine. All right, interesting debate on these airwaves earlier this week. It was a morning juice debate between Jeff Thidoff and Bobby Carpenter talking about some Ohio State rivalries. I'm curious to hear your opinion, Dane, so we'll talk about that next. It's Fan Sports Saturday on The Fan.
Come into your local AAA Tire and Auto Service and save up to $30 on auto repair with their AAA Triple Play. And on the plus side, AAA members save more. Offer valid July 1st through July 31st. See store for details.
Hey guys, it's Timmy Hall from my friends at Orthopedic One, Central Ohio's most trusted orthopedic practice. 2 years ago, I was actually experiencing hip pain for the first time in my life, and I knew I needed the best. So I chose Orthopedic One for my physical therapy needs. And in a matter of weeks, I was rotating that golf swing better than before, and I was the longest hitter in my group again. So be like me and trust Orthopedic One and stay at the top of your game. Several convenient locations across Central Ohio. To find a physician or location near you, just go to orthopedic1.com.
Newman Roofing is proud to sponsor the Fan and 10 TV's Beat the Heat fan drive. Help Ohio's most vulnerable residents deal with the extreme heat this summer. Purchase new box fans and take them to the nearest Franklin County fire station or buy online. For more information, go to lifecarealliance.org.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Hey, that's the spirit. Right now, we're celebrating free with a free STP oil filter when you buy 5 quarts of oil and free Duralast brake pads when you buy 2 rotors. Like always, free battery testing, charging, and recycling at every store. Celebrate free at AutoZone now through July 28th. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Restrictions apply.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to Hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
An encyclopedic knowledge of sports and other random things you may or may not care about.
I think I found my mentor.
Rockman and Ice.
Weekdays from noon to 3.
The Fan. Instead of annoying national people talking to you this weekend, we've opted for annoying local people. This is Fan Sports Saturday.
It's time to embrace debate talking Ohio State football rivalries. This all triggered me because I saw a clip earlier this week from Morning Juice. It was Tito, Jeff Thidoff, and Bobby Carpenter arguing about Penn State, Ohio State, and whether or not that is a rivalry. Tito took the side of that Penn State, Ohio State is not a rivalry because he does not believe Penn State has been in the Big Ten long enough for that to be a thing. Penn State's been in the Big Ten for about 30 years now. So
wow. Yeah, Tito is just his 90s are showing.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. Bobby, who I'm always going to defer to a guy who played the game and played for Ohio State. He said it is absolutely a rivalry. And I mean, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I think just the games that we have seen between Ohio State and Penn State the last few years, aside from the fact that they play every year now, the games between these teams have been so good. Like, there are just so many great games in the last 10 years between those sides that I think it is a rivalry, and maybe a budding rivalry at that, if you could even say that. Like, I would say they're rivals longer than that, but I think it's good, especially with Penn State primed to be a national championship contender this year. How do you feel about this?
It doesn't hit me as a rivalry.
Really?
Yeah, I wouldn't put it in that category. It's a big game every year.
Okay. The states touch each other, though.
Okay. So does Indiana.
Yeah, I know. I knew you were going to go there.
Budding rivalry. Those Hoosiers.
Maybe. You never know. If Indiana keeps being good.
I'm hesitant to, because it's like you're going to play these teams a lot. They're in conference. You're going to have history with them.
Yes.
But I guess I don't know what makes a rivalry. Obviously.
Hatred?
Yeah. And I don't think you have that for Penn State.
You don't think so?
No.
What do you think, Nate?
So I brought this up last night on the Buckeye Show. First thing, we put this up on the fan poll yesterday. Did you happen to see it?
No, I didn't.
What do you think won? Like, is it a rivalry or is it not a rivalry?
I think not one.
It won 52%.
Okay, so it was tight.
Yes, it was tight. I think what it might
How was the question worded?
Is our Ohio State and Penn State rivals.
No, okay.
And I think what a part of it might be, if were born 99 or later, Ohio State, Michigan is the last couple of years notwithstanding just an annual ass kicking. It's not really a rivalry. Penn State, Ohio State is almost always an extraordinarily competitive game.
This is where I met with you. The games are so good. How could it not be a rivalry?
Right.
Ohio State has dominated, though. Like, let's not get this wrong. Like, Ryan Day owns James Franklin. Ohio State has not lost since 2016. If you recall, 24-21, that's
Penn
a
State
banger
never
of a
wins
game.
at Ohio State.
No, that's a banger of a football game. You think about the JT Barrett comeback at the shoe. You think about the Dwayne Haskins comeback on the road at Penn State in a whiteout. There's some great games. So that's, for me, why I feel like if you didn't consider it a rivalry before, that's why I'm saying maybe budding.
In the 2000s, it is far and away Ohio State's most competitive series.
So you're on the side that this is a rivalry.
This is becoming a rivalry. It'll become one.
I think because, the way you look at it, these are two powers in the Big Ten right now. Heck, we might even consider Ohio State and Oregon a budding rivalry if they continue to face off. Who knows, right? I think Ohio State USC could be a potential fun rivalry in the future if USC were to return to national prominence. But just because these teams, they're two of the better teams in the Big Ten, Penn State is trying to chase down Ohio State, and maybe that's part of the debate, that people feel like Penn State is that little brother, and maybe it's a rivalry for them and not Ohio State. But I just think because of you have such large alumni bases
Franklin
at both.
versus Day is a little bit of a thing.
Yeah. Okay. I'm
at least from Franklin's side.
Absolutely. And that's kind of what I'm saying, right? Is that maybe Ohio State fans view Penn State as a little brother right now. So
I would think not only Ohio State fans, I would think nationally. That's why I'm shocked that it's considered a rivalry. Because
shocked.
That 52% of our faithful
CBS Sports put it as the 8th best rivalry in college in all of college sports.
Really?
Yes.
All of college sports?
Yes. Or in college football.
Oh, goodness.
Okay, so
no, I don't change my stance.
Yeah.
I'm a definition guy, so here you go. Rivalry. Competition for the same objective or for superiority in the same field. I don't think there's any metric across the nation where you would say Penn State's competing for superiority in the Big Ten. I don't even think they're like
really
historically.
Okay,
that's why I think you take into historically, and maybe Tito has a point there, because while Michigan has been down, those are the two teams. They're the biggest brands, and they're competing to be like the face of the Big Ten. And I think by most metrics, Penn State is kind of a hanger-on.
That actually be an interesting thing to look up. How many times since 2000 OSU Penn State has mattered more for the Big Ten title than OSU Michigan?
That is a very, very interesting point right there.
Because there's a lot of times Ohio State, Michigan are running into that game, and it's, we're facing a 8-5 team.
Does this make sense to you guys? And this, I might not be putting this great, but like we've talked about, Ohio State, Penn State always feels like it's a good game. Like last year when Ohio State went into Happy Valley, that was a big-time football game. Ohio State needed to win that game. At that point, it was number 4 versus number 3, right? And Ohio State needed to win. They hopped over Penn State, winning 2013. But at the same time, like when Penn State was in the college football playoff last year, did you take them seriously? I did not take Penn State seriously in the college football playoff last year. While I also realize that was a big game for Ohio State and they needed to win it, when it came to the college football playoff, I didn't see Penn State as a threat, and I probably still don't.
I did, only because I thought their path was extremely easy.
Mm-hmm. But do you see what I'm saying? Like, do you guys get what I'm saying in that?
No,
You sound like you're agreeing with me, is what it sounds like. That you don't take Penn State seriously.
I don't, but it's still a rivalry. Like,
no,
I don't know. Those games are just such bangers. Like, I just have so much fun watching those games. They're second fiddle to Michigan games for sure.
They're good games. They are. But I don't feel there is a lack of mutual hatred. I don't have any feeling towards Penn State people, fans, or teams. I can almost actually not tell the Penn State teams apart because they just always look. There's no names. They've had the same quarterback for 12 years. 12 years they've had a guy playing, and nobody's looking into this. There's another thing you need to start looking into. Why has that guy been there for 12 years? So you can't really. I just don't have that there. But apparently maybe the younger generation does, enough people to think that's a rivalry. But I think they're more than competitive, consistent games. It's like Bears, Packers is the rivalry. Even though you might have like somebody else in that division, like, okay, maybe Lions have been a thorn, or like you play them twice a year, every year. You could say those are competitive games, but why does Packers-Bears remain the rivalry? It's because there's that divide there, and historically you had to pick one. You know, I'm not going to root for Michigan in the college football playoff. I'm just not. There's a world where if Penn State was making a run, I would be like, okay, yeah, I'd like to see them beat an SEC team.
Oh.
That's the difference for me. I'm not going to, there's not enough animosity there for a true rivalry to me.
Do you think there's more animosity on the Penn State side?
Not really.
Well, think about, like, Justin Fields was committed to Penn State and then went to Ohio State.
They always like to make the OSU game the whiteout when they can.
Uh-huh. They can. They do that.
So who does Penn State say is their rival?
They are unrivaled.
They're unrivaled.
Okay. So don't try to grab our coattails and rival us. We're not going to give you that rivalry, okay? We're off that. You get your own, just find somebody else to rival with. You're not going to ride our coattails to like rival supremacy.
All right, I just brought up Justin Fields because he was once committed to Penn State, ended up going 2-0 against the Nittany Lions as the quarterback at Ohio State. Unfortunately, he hasn't had as much success in the National Football League, but we might see that changing this season with the New York Jets. We're going to discuss that next. It's Fan Sports Saturday on The Fan.
We're known for three things: games, conversation, and common man yelling about things only he cares about. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Common Man here for Universal Windows Direct. Are your leaky windows costing you money? Yes, they are. Right now, when you call my guys at Universal Windows Direct, you get payments as low as $99 a month or 12 months with no payments and no interest. Seriously, upgrade your home now and relax until next year. Call now and get a free in-home window and energy assessment. Choose the payment plan that's right for you. 614-502-5220 or go to universalwindowsdirect.com. Like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Hi, this is Bob Masheter from Dick Masheter Ford. Thank you to all of Central Ohio as we head towards 60 years of doing business in the Buckeye State. Dad opened up in 1967 simply trying to offer a better way to buy a car, and we've been working ever since to serve our neighbors. We have served you through wars, recessions, and even a Chinese virus. Here is to serving you and your kids and your grandkids for the next 60 years, except on Sundays when we're closed, because it's the right thing to do. Still 24/7 at masheterford.net. Thanks.
Boating season is finally here, and Buckeye Lake Marina is your go-to destination for all your on-the-water needs. With the largest inventory in Central Ohio, you can choose from top brands like Bennington, South Bay, Crown Line, and more. Buckeye Lake Marina has it all. Pontoon boats, luxury tri-toon boats, even merch. Open 7 days a week to serve you better. Find your next dream boat at Buckeye Lake Marina. Visit BuckeyeLakeMarina.com today for all your on-the-water needs. The good life, the lake life, starts at Buckeye Lake Marina.
Got one of those days that never stops? Try a stop at Speedway. Refresh your fuel tank, refresh your U-tank with 69-cent large Big Gulp drinks, and refresh the vibe for any drive. Refresh at Speedway with 69-cent large Big Gulp drinks with speedy rewards and try exclusive Mountain Dew Infinite Swirl flavor for a limited time only. The convenience stores of Speedway. Valid through 8/26/25. See app for full terms.
Road trip! This summer at Tire Discounters, your tires are your passport to savings because you're driving to Paris,
Texas,
then it's off to Rome,
Georgia,
and you'll be kissing the Blarney Stone in Dublin,
Ohio.
Right now, save up to $434 when you buy 4 tires, and that includes a free alignment and oil change. Stop at Tire Discounters before you see the world.
Join your Reds when they battle the Rays in a 3-game set July 25th through the 27th. On Friday, enjoy a spectacular post-game fireworks show. Come back on Saturday for Margaritaville night with an Ohio Lottery post-game concert featuring the Land Sharks Band. Fans in attendance will also receive a Reds Hawaiian shirt thanks to PNC while supplies last. Wrap up the weekend on Sunday with your crew and take in some afternoon baseball. Visit Reds.com/tickets today.
Buckeye football training camp is coming. Catch live editions of Morning Juice, T-Bone, and Tyvis and Bishop and Friends starting July 31st. They'll be close enough to smell the jock straps. Live on The Fan and YouTube. Yay football.
Summer is hot, sticky, and buggy. But Modelo is cold, crisp, and smooth. When you're sweating through your shirt and the beach is mad crowded, the lime and salt flavors of a Modelo Chelada hit just right. When the weather's perfect but you're still at work, it's time to clock out and stock up on Modelo. Drink responsibly. Beer and flavored beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Your bathroom's got to go, the vanity's decayed, and toilet's really old. The bathtub's giving way, give Bath R Us a ring. Call morning, noon, or night. You do not have to wait to get your bathroom right.
Call Baths R Us for your free estimate and enter to win our Christmas in July $12,500 bathroom remodel with an additional savings of up to $3,000 plus low to no monthly payments. 380-225-2284. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
Hi, I'm Rick Germain, and at Toyota West, we're having our biggest pre-owned sales event of the year. With over 600 new and pre-owned vehicles, Toyota West at I-270 and Georgesville Road has the car you're searching for. And during our Go Forth sales event, every pre-owned vehicle is discounted and comes with a 72-hour exchange policy plus a 3-month warranty. At Toyota West, you don't have to choose between a great experience and a great price. We deliver both. Come see us at the Germain Auto Mall on Georgesville Road or get started today at ToyotaWest.com.
Hi, I'm Bob Capace from Worthington Jewelers.
And I'm his very overpaid celebrity endorser, Common Man. Bob, I heard somewhere, actually from you many, many times, that Worthington Jewelers is where Columbus gets engaged.
It's too bad you and Timmy can't engage the audience.
Good zing, Bob.
If you're thinking of popping the question, there's only one place to go.
Worthington Jewelers on High Street in Worthington. WorthingtonJewelers.com. Tell them Common Man sent you.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Sports talk, weekend style. You're listening to Fan Sports Saturday.
Dylan Tyrer, Dane Sanzenbacher, Nate Puderbaugh back with you on Fan Sports Saturday. I want to talk about my guy, Justin Fields, because, Dane, I'm a Bears fan. You're obviously a Bears guy having played there. I wanted Justin Fields to work out in Chicago so bad. Like, I really, really wanted to. And heck, his second season with the Bears, his first full season as the starter, he was pretty good. He finished 9th in MVP voting that year. If you remember, he rushed for 1,000 yards, threw for 17 touchdowns, missed a couple of games with injury. But at that point, I was like, okay, Justin Fields, he's got something going in the NFL now. It looks like he could be a guy. The next year, unfortunately, not so good, and that kind of spelled the end of his time in Chicago. There was, if you recall, it was the final game of the season. They played the Packers. It was like, if Justin Fields wins this game, he's the guy. If he doesn't win this game, he's not the guy. Bears didn't win the game. Justin didn't play good, and he was out of town. Went to the Steelers last year, got benched despite winning games. Now he gets paid to be the quarterback of the Jets, and it feels like it's make or break time.
Probably.
Yeah.
There's probably a stat out there that says, how many chances you get at being the starter. I think you're probably running up on, okay, third stop, you're probably one away from then you're being viewed as a backup. Can you lead a team? I really wanted to see him work out in Chicago too. And I thought it's a notoriously tough place to succeed, obviously. And I don't even really know the specifics of that. New York Jets is not going to be much easier. I mean, if you're going to cement yourself as the Jets quarterback, I think that naturally you have to you got to win some games. He's going to have tools around him. I mean, Pittsburgh would have been a cool fit too, but this is not a bad Jets team. I mean, this is at least offensively, they built a lot of skill guys around Aaron Rodgers that are still there and hanging out. So it's a really good opportunity. I mean, you're walking into about as good of a situation if you're going to say, hey, here, this isn't like building. We're right there. We can be competitive.
Yeah, the Jets have a solid offensive line. They have Garrett Wilson, obviously, who, he and Justin have chemistry. Breece Hall, who's one of the better running backs in the NFL. They've got a new tight end in Mason Taylor. It's a second-round draft pick by them. It's just interesting to me with Justin Fields. Like, they paid him a lot of money. He's making $20 million a season to be their quarterback after essentially getting benched in Pittsburgh. And that's what it gives me a little bit of pause, because Justin was 4-2 as a quarterback of the Steelers this past year. Russ gets healthy and Russ starts playing. They never went back to Justin, even though Russ started to struggle a little bit at the end of the season. So I'm wondering, an organization like Pittsburgh, I know a lot of people are out on the Steelers, but I think I'm always going to respect the Pittsburgh Steelers just because they have a history of winning and Mike Tomlin has a history of winning. Not starting Justin or moving away from Justin as the season went on, that gives me a little bit of pause, right, about him. And I obviously watched him for years playing with the Bears, and I saw some of his deficiencies as a passer. He obviously is a tremendous athlete, which that for me is, I think, what keeps him relevant right now. It's why the Jets give him a shot. He ran for 1,000 yards. He is electric with the ball in his hands. He needs to improve as a decision maker, I believe, needs to improve as a passer, I believe. If he's able to do that and they're able to scheme for him there, that's another thing I don't think the Bears did tremendously well, is scheming for Justin Fields. I think he could be successful. I struggle seeing Justin Fields as an NFL backup just because of that skill set, right? Like, he's a guy that I think demands the football and demands kind of that big play. There's just an aura about Justin Fields, right, that I'm not sure that works for a backup quarterback.
I think those are all really good points. And I think you're onto something with the Pittsburgh situation too, because yes, Justin Fields having some success in winning, but it didn't seem like there was even much of a conversation when Russ is back. He's the guy. It does lead me to believe, from a coaching staff, that comes down to, like, whose decision-making do you trust? Mm-hmm. Like, the decision-making on there, who can orchestrate this thing?
Who is going to play steadier football for you?
And it's probably Russell Wilson in that situation, so they move on. So the way to combat that, though, if you've got a guy that you're like, these aren't his strengths. Okay, he's not Superman, but here's what he does well. You have to scheme to it. So it will be really interesting to see if the Jets are willing to do that, because you've seen quarterbacks have success at teams when the team is really willing to build around them and play to their strengths. I think he's probably falling into that camp of that's what he would need to find that perfect situation and have them build to, okay, we're not going to have you making all these decisions. We're going to use your athleticism and kind of just let you go out there and cook.
And I think something that works to his advantage as well when you're talking about this being a perfect situation is that now he has a first-year head coach with him as a first-year quarterback. So he and Aaron Glenn are kind of locked together at the hip right now, whereas, he walked into a situation with Matt Nagy already at the helm in Chicago, walked into a situation with Mike Tomlin already at the helm in Pittsburgh. So I feel like when you walk into a situation like this, where it's a first-year head coach and a new quarterback, I think often we talk about it with rookie quarterbacks and new head coaches, but, for all intents and purposes here, Justin is a quote-unquote rookie quarterback with the Jets. It's his first season with the Jets. that head coach really wants to make it work with that guy. So I feel like you're going to scheme for that guy rather than this guy walks into what has worked for you before, where I think the Bears were just stupid, to be honest with you. Like, I think they were stubborn. Matt Nagy was being stubborn. He wanted to run the offense that he knew and that he had seen in Kansas City, and he wanted to make Justin Fields fit into that rather than fitting the offense around Justin Fields, which is, now I think what Ben Johnson's trying to do around Caleb Williams in Chicago. Lamar Jackson, I think, is a great example that the Ravens built that offense around
That's
him.
the one that stands out coming to mind.
And that, to me, it's very confusing to me why that doesn't happen more in the NFL, right? Like, you've seen the success with Lamar Jackson and the skill set he has. Maybe he's a better passer of the football than Justin, but they have similar skill sets with their ability to run, right? And now you've got Lamar Jackson with Derrick Henry. That's a great backfield duo. You could have the same thing or something similar in New York with Breece Hall and Justin Fields, right? So that's why I'm very curious this season. And, I'm looking at some of the quarterback rankings this year. Justin's way down the list. And I think deservedly so, right? He hasn't had success in the NFL, but he's a guy that I think really could surprise this season because of that. He walks into this situation. He has familiarity with Garrett Wilson. He has a good running mate in the backfield with Breece Hall. Also, Braylon Allen is a big guy back there, kind of like that Derrick Henry mold. So I know he flashed at times last season. I think I'm kind of with you. Like, if it's going to work anywhere, I think this might be the situation for Justin. So I'm underratedly excited to watch that this year.
The thing he's going to come up against is one that happens to a lot of quarterbacks that have bounced around a lot, is that, like, the patience rope from the fan base is about this long.
Yeah.
Because, like, there's so much baggage that comes with a guy. Even he's not been a bad quarterback. And I think across the board, people say he's pretty solid.
He's been pretty average,
He's been pretty average as far as NFL. But NFL great quarterbacks, there's, like, only a few humans on the earth that are, like, have this combination of skill, decision-making, and can orchestrate this thing. It's very rare. So that's always the tough thing to break through. For the longer period the guy has, even internally, he knows that he's been at multiple teams. He's not blind to, like, okay, I didn't win the job in Pittsburgh. Fighting through all of that baggage, and in New York, I could see that being tough. But I'm optimistic too. I think it's if you're going to do it anywhere, it's here. It'll be interesting to see it play out, but it's going to be a tall task.
Who do you think had a better rep going into their team? Justin going to New York or Baker when he got to Tampa Bay?
A better reputation?
Yeah.
I mean, Baker, when he got to Tampa Bay, was kind of over, right?
You're not good.
Yeah, like, it was kind of over.
That's a really good point.
Yeah, he really revived his career, and I think, would now be considered probably a top 15, top 12 quarterback in the NFL. Maybe even some people have him higher. He and Justin, I think, are built a little bit different, where Baker's more of a vocal, fiery guy, but that is a tremendous point. I would say Justin probably still has a better reputation at this point. Like, Baker had bounced around, remember, Rams,
this
Panthers.
Was his 14, yeah,
like, it was over for him, and he's revived his career. So definitely an interesting point made by you, Nate. I like that.
It's a really good point. And, I was trying to think of who's an example of somebody who's been kind of in that vein of, like, this guy, I don't know, we can't wait to get rid of him, and turned it around. And Baker's a really good one. And maybe there is that level of, like, you cross the threshold. If you're not going to be like Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, you're not going to be that level, but you can turn the corner into being a journeyman NFL guy, or like being like, because Baker Mayfield at this point has now proven enough in the longevity of his career that he's a legit starter. Like, and you wouldn't have thought that. So, yeah, either way, it makes this season really, really important for Justin, because can you turn the corner there? Can you have enough success to be a guy that you're like, oh, okay, who saw that coming? And now it's like, now you become a reliable veteran.
All right, we brought up Baker Mayfield, so I'm going to switch some things up on our show sheet here in our rundown. I want to rank some quarterbacks next. So I'll tell you what we're going to do when we come back, but we will be ranking quarterbacks after a break. It's Fan Sports Saturday on The Fan.
No hot takes, no dancing, plenty of stupid. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
You ever feel like your money is just lying around? Switch to Huntington Bank, and your money is always doing something.
Like what?
Like automatically pushing more to savings so you can take that trip.
I like trips.
Who doesn't? It even tracks your progress. You're almost there.
Wow, I better pack.
And it charts your spending so you know which vacation hat you can afford.
How does it know I like hats?
Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
Save big on everything for your next project when you shop at Menards. Dutch Boys Durafighter is a premium interior paint and primer in one with a tough-lasting formula. It provides great scrub resistance and durability with remarkable hide and a smooth finish. Save big on Dutch Boys Durafighter paint at Menards and start your next project today. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for more great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
Imagine what it would feel like getting tackled head-on by a 240-pound linebacker. You'd be in serious pain, right? But if you're unbuckled in a car crash, at just 50 miles an hour, you become a deadly projectile that can slam into other passengers with 8 times that amount of force. Don't let someone else take the hit. Buckle up and visit buckleup.ohio.gov to learn more. Brought to you by ODOT and ODPS.
When it comes to your roofing, siding, or gutter needs, call Newman Roofing, 614-NEW-ROOF, NewmanRoofing.com.
Summer is here, and it's time to plan your style staycation with Bob's Discount Furniture, where you can find everyday low prices on the hottest styles. The comfiest Consumer Reports recommended mattresses, fast, friendly delivery, and flexible financing to fit your budget. Go to mybobs.com for details. So stock up and score everyday low prices, delivered on time all summer long at your nearest store or at mybobs.com.
Oh, my Bob!
Bob's Discount Furniture.
The sun is out and the savings are on. Now at Coghlan Chevrolet. Lease a new 2025 Chevy Trax for $159 a month. A new 2026 Chevy Equinox, only $259 a month. Or a new 2025 Silverado, lease for $359 a month. See our full inventory at CoglanChevrolet.com. Together, let's drive.
36-month lease with $39.99 due at signing, plus tax, title, and license. 10,000 miles per year, 25 cents per mile over. See dealer for details. Ends 8/4/25.
The Columbus Zoo invites you to follow the footsteps and the tales of animals from around the world. Explore our newest region, North America Trek. So what are you waiting for? Get your tail to our trails only at your Columbus Zoo.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
And I'm Nate Butterball. In Chicago, the Guardians split a doubleheader with the White Sox yesterday. They won Game 1 by a score of 4-2 and then dropped the nightcap 5-4 in 11 innings. Game 3 of their series comes your way this afternoon at 4:10. Tanner Bybee of the Guardians squaring off with Sean Burke. In Cincinnati, the Reds dropped Game 1 of their series to the Colorado Rockies 3-2 on a wild pitch in the 8th inning. Jeremy Marquez threw a season-high 8 strikeouts for the Rockies. Game 2 of their series is at 4:10. Catch the action right here on the Fan following Buckeye Replay. And also in Cincinnati, the Columbus Crew SC are in action tonight, gearing up for the Hell is Real matchup with FC Cincinnati. Game time is 7:10 at TQL Stadium. And at Wimbledon today, it's the finals of the women's side with Amanda Anisimova taking on Iga Swiatek. Breaking sports news when it happens to the Fan, Ohio Sports Destination.
During weekend programming, pants are optional.
Look at my butt!
However, leather chairs may have been a bad choice. You're listening to Fan Sports Saturday.
Hour 2 of the program, Dylan Tyrer, Dane Sanzenbacher, Nate Puderbaugh bringing you Fan Sports Saturday. We just finished a conversation about Justin Fields, and Nate made an excellent point, kind of drawing a comparison to Justin Fields, Baker Mayfield, in that, Baker was kind of dead and gone when he went to Tampa Bay and revived his career there. Justin's probably got a little bit better of a reputation right now in going to the Jets, but this is probably make or break time for Justin Fields in New York. That conversation about Baker got me thinking, let's rank some quarterbacks. And I think everybody has some combination of Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Joe Burrow as the top 4 quarterbacks in the NFL. I don't really think that's a debate. So I want to talk about the quarterbacks that you have ranked 5th to 10th and maybe just outside of that. So, Nate, since you brought up the excellent point about Baker Mayfield, why don't you give us kind of 5 through 10 or 10 through 5 in your breakdown where you have these quarterbacks ranked in the NFL?
Funnily enough, Baker not in my top 10. I have him at like 11 or 12.
Yeah, but I have him kind of in that Dak Prescott tier.
10, I've got Justin Herbert. 9, I've got Matt Stafford. 8, CJ. 7, Jordan Love. And 6, Jaden Daniels.
Okay, what about 5? Do you have a 5th?
Oh, I mean, I thought we had the top 5 already.
No, we're missing a 5th.
Never mind.
We're missing a 5th.
It was a confusing list.
Yeah,
it was
sorry,
top
guys.
4. Give me the rest.
Sorry, guys.
My bad.
No, you're good. You're good. But for all intents and purposes,
that'd be my
you've got your guys in there. So give me who you had at 6 one more time.
Jaden Daniels.
Okay, so you had Jaden Daniels right there at 6. Tell me why you've got Jaden Daniels that high after 1 year in the NFL.
Because I had CJ. I wanted to put CJ at 6 because I still think CJ is him, as the kids say. But I mean, Jaden Daniels he took Washington to a great season. No one has taken the Commanders to a good season in my lifetime that I remember.
I mean, it's a fair point. Jaden Daniels is on my list. I just want to see him do it again. I want to see if that's repeatable. That's another situation, actually, since we talked about that before with Lamar Jackson, where they've done a nice job building an offense around a quarterback.
Yeah, he has the benefit of not having a lot of bad baggage. That's like the main, quarterbacks need to be a long-standing starter in the NFL. You've got to have a little bit of that. So I'm with you on he's young. That said, he is on my list because of the spark he showed. And there's a little bit of there's recency on these lists. You can say okay, part of this is what I think I could see.
I think Matt Stafford is probably better at the moment than Jaden? Maybe, but there's a lot of tread on Matt Stafford.
Exactly.
Okay,
so it's like this year, if you had to take one, but I don't in the overall spirit of ranking a list of quarterbacks that you can feel comfortable with. Yeah, I guess there's a lot of upside there.
So how I did my list was I'm kind of thinking when it comes to crunch time in a game, when it's the fourth quarter and I need points, who do I feel comfortable with? And that's how I ranked my quarterbacks. So why don't you give me yours, Dane?
Okay.
Let's hear what you have to say.
I kind of ranked mine in there's not a real coherent way other than to be general temperature I have on this guy.
I love that.
Or confidence level even. Let's just list them.
Yeah, let's hear who you got.
All right, so number 5, I think he's had too much success to leave him further down, even though he's not really flashy, is Jalen Hurts. I think he's how many Super Bowls? Just the one?
He has one Super Bowl, but been to 2.
Been to 2, and they've been consistent. Now, he doesn't do anything all that special, but there's too much there. I think he's definitely in that tier.
That was my issue. I literally read on the page that Jalen Hurts was on the page.
That's what I figured. That's what I thought. Because you left him off, I was like, no, I think Jalen Hurts is your...
I'm reading Jalen Hurts on here somewhere.
That is what I thought,
so
too.
Hurts was
that's got to be his guy.
Hurts was his 5. So that's kind of what I took away. So starting at 6, I do have Jaden Daniels as my 6.
Okay.
Because I think there's an upside there. There's an electricity there, and his style of play seems to be hitting the NFL at a right time. Mm-hmm. Now, the coaches it's not as odd to see a team build around or do what the Ravens did or do what it's like an almost formula now. So a lot of these coaches have seen how it's done, and you have a clear talent like that. So I guess stock is high on him right now. Number 7, I have Matt Stafford. Now, like you said, Nate, a lot of tread on Matt Stafford, but to me, he's an all-timer vet. I love how he plays, and when he's healthy and good, even throughout his career, when he's healthy and even playing with the Lions, he is one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and I think even by players, respected as one of the best quarterbacks that has been in the league in the past, decade. He's been consistent and now got himself a Super Bowl. 8, Justin Herbert, because I think there's still some there. I think he's still on that tier of he would be highly sought after if he was a free agent. 9, Brock Purdy, which kind of pains me to do that because I don't love how he plays. But you can't deny the success that he's had and been able to sustain it somewhat for a few years. And my number 10 might be a wild card, but it's 10, so I can take a wild card, is Jordan Love, because I feel like he's in that unique spot of being kind of bred to be the starter, that maybe it's not the numbers you're putting up, but if he starts having great seasons and makes a run with Green Bay, I don't think too many people would be surprised. You'd just be like, oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. You're going to be like, whoa, this was out of nowhere.
All right, you and I have very similar lists. You have left one guy off that I have quite high. Can you go do your list again for me, Nate? I want to see if you have him.
Justin Herbert, Matt Stafford, C.J. Stroud, Jordan Love, and Jaden Daniels, and Jalen Hurts.
Okay, so I have Jalen Hurts at number 5, just like both of you guys. I think for some reason he is still underrated. Jalen Hurts just does not get enough love. They have a very talented team around him. They have a great offensive line. They have a great defensive line. They have great weapons. They have Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, Saquon Barkley, Dallas Goedert.
Not going to lie, I would take Jalen Hurts over Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
So there you go. You don't have him as an underrated quarterback, but I feel like he still is for some reason. But the guy that orchestrates all of that and is able to win games, there's something to it, right? Like I think he garners lots of respect in that locker room, and I'm
probably closer to that to Nate than underrating him.
That's very interesting. That I just still feel like around football, he is still kind of an underrated guy that doesn't get that love that the guys that put up flashy numbers do.
Maybe.
So the guy that I have at 6, both of you have left off your list, and I want to ask you why. I have Jared Goff as the number 6 quarterback.
It's just his face.
Number 6 quarterback in the NFL. Nate, why have you left Jared Goff off your list? He was a guy that was in the MVP conversation for a time last year.
Honestly, it's just because I usually forget about the Lions.
Well, there you go. Okay, Jared Goff.
He's got numbers, but they don't mean anything to me. It's a lot like Philip Rivers for years for me. Philip Rivers was captain, meaningless stats. He had them, but he did nothing with them. Never won anything, never went anywhere. Jared Goff is kind of the same. He's just got numbers.
All right. Well, Jared Goff, for me, again, it's a situation where he's got a lot of good weapons. Ben Johnson, obviously, was an offensive mastermind running the offense in Detroit. I'm watching that quarterback show on Netflix right now, and Jared Goff is featured on it, and I'm learning a lot about him, and I'm liking him more and more. I think he's a little bit of a dog. Like Jared Goff, I'm with you. He doesn't look like a dog, but I think he's a little bit of a dog. And I'm watching some of these games, and he garners a lot of respect, not just on that team, but in that community in Detroit. I mean, he did some things last year where, they're losing a game. He threw 5 interceptions in a game and they still won because he was able to stick with it and win a game. Like,
maybe it is that. I think it's a perception thing on him.
I think 100%.
One, it's the sideline hat that he wears. Mm-hmm. It's a choice when
he doesn't have a great body.
No, maybe I'm getting too aesthetic on Jared Goff. But there's a part of it, too, is that I can picture him as a solid backup.
Oh, he's better than that. He's been in the Super Bowl.
I know that. I'm just saying, I could see, and for whatever reason, Flash helps you bump up my list of quarterbacks. So, and that's maybe that's counterintuitive because Jordan Love was the backup of backups. But I think that's why I kind of overlook him, that it's if it's easy to turn on or lose faith in Jared Goff because there's not a athletic, flashy upside to it. Maybe that's why he fell down on mine. It's not his face. I'm sorry if Jared's listening. I was just trying to be funny.
That was very funny. I did like it.
And to my point earlier, I forget Jared Goff went to a Super Bowl.
Yeah. It wasn't a great Super Bowl.
No,
it was a very forgettable Super Bowl. But so I have Jared Goff 6. I have the guy he was traded for, Matt Stafford 7, because I think Stafford can still get it done in crunch time. He's older, but he's very, very experienced, and that's why I have him right in front of Jaden Daniels. I have Jaden Daniels at 8 because, yes, he is electric. I absolutely think he has that dog in him. He played big in big moments last year, came up big for that Commanders team, but it's 1 year, so I'm not ready to put him that high yet. I have Justin Herbert at 9 because, like you, Dane, I think that talent is there. But for me, he is still kind of that Philip Rivers guy where he hasn't done anything. They have not done anything with him on the Chargers. But everybody every year is like, oh, this guy is so good. This guy is so good. Well, if you're so good, do something. Some teams, the quarterback is so... Joe Burrow, I know the Bengals weren't very good last year, but like Joe Burrow is so good that the Bengals are interesting. Justin Herbert is not so good that the Chargers are interesting, in my opinion. And then at 10, I have Jordan Love for the exact same reason you do. Like, you can see that there's talent there. Sometimes he does stupid things with the football that just don't make any sense. But he's a guy that if he were to throw 35 touchdowns to 8 interceptions and take them to an NFC title game, I wouldn't blink. I'd be like, yeah, okay.
It's probably similar to how you felt about the Steelers. It's like you trust that organization, and if they had these feelings about Justin Fields, then it's probably should mean something to you. Maybe I'm biased by that too, that I've seen the Packers do this thing before of like groom a guy, have him there, that I would trust that if they thought Jordan Love was that guy, we've seen him do it before. So I probably give him a little bit more of that bump. I'm with you on Justin Herbert too. I think he would probably be, even though he's midway up, he's 8 on my list. He's probably in the most on my list. He's the guy that is, I most just put him on there because I felt like I was supposed to.
Yeah. And the guys
it's less about Justin Herbert and more like I'm not going to put Dak above him.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
I just felt like I was supposed to, but I also he could fall off the list and I wouldn't. I haven't seen much. I just felt obligated.
That next tier of guys, I have like probably Baker, CJ's right outside the top 10.
That's where the grinders live. Right outside of this list, though, that's where the real dogs are.
Well, before we hit this break, because we do got to hit a break here, I do want to pose the question to you guys, just out of my own curiosity. Like, where would you have ranked Kirk Cousins on this list before maybe the Achilles injury? Like, obviously, last year was a complete nightmare for him. Where would you have ranked Kirk Cousins kind of in that top 15 range prior to this injury? Like, if we go back 2 years ago, is he on this list for you, 5 to 10?
He's in the 15 somewhere.
Okay.
No.
Okay, no.
Not a Cousins guy.
Neither am I, but I'm just curious because in my eyes, he's kind of that same Phillip Rivers breed where he puts up huge numbers, but when it comes to crunch time, I just don't see him getting it done. So I was just curious if you guys had a different opinion there. We're going to switch over to college football, talk a little Big Ten when we come back. I want to ask you guys which coaches in this conference you feel have the hottest seats or maybe feeling the most pressure this coming season. We'll discuss that next. It's Fan Sports Saturday on The Fan.
If you miss a live show, you can catch the podcast. If you miss the podcast, our hosts have volunteered to have dinner with you.
Ma, the meatloaf!
The Fan.
You had a solid retirement dream. Sell your home in a few years, bank the equity, downsize, and travel. But with an unpredictable economy and the future feeling uncertain, you're wondering if that equity will still be there when you're ready. What if you could bank that equity right now? With Truehold, you can sell your home for its current value, so you can access your equity today. You can bank the cash now and stay in the home you love with an easy standard lease. Truehold even covers property taxes, insurance, and repairs. And since Truehold hands over your equity in cash now, it's yours to do whatever you'd like. Don't let a shifting economy put your hard-earned equity at risk. Visit Truehold.com and receive their competitive offer on your home in just 48 hours, based on its current value, not what's coming. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out on your home's value without moving. That's Truehold.com.
At Meijer, we're working hard to make summertime shopping a good deal better with great deals like $1.99 a pound bulk large sweet cherries, $2.99 a pound fresh from Meijer boneless skinless chicken thigh family packs. Buy 2, get 1 free 12 packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, 7-Up or Dr. Pepper products, plus deposit where applicable. And 3 for $6 on Meijer shredded chunk or sliced cheese. Summer is always a good deal fresher at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all deals in the Meijer app.
We've all got our daydreams, right? Little things, big things, things you know one day you'll do. Then out of nowhere, cancer. And all your plans don't change a bit. I would know. I'm about to jump out of an airplane with my dad. Our first time skydiving solo, and my second year since starting cancer treatment at Ohio Health. All right, Dad, let's go. You keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keepmakingplans.
You found the one, now find the ring. Hi, it's Alex Johnson from the Diamond Cellar. On July 25th and 26th, Wedding Weekend is back with event-exclusive pricing for 2 days only. Celebrate with buy one, get one half off wedding bands, 20% off diamond anniversary bands, and 10% off handcrafted custom bridal. It's the perfect time to upgrade, personalize, or say yes for the first time. Join us July 25th and 26th on Selma Road or at Easton Town Center.
Got one of those days that never stops? Try a stop at Speedway. Refresh your fuel tank, refresh your U-tank with 69-cent large Big Gulp drinks. And refresh the vibe for any drive. Refresh at Speedway with 69-cent large Big Gulp drinks with Speedy Rewards and try exclusive Mountain Dew Infinite Swirl flavor for a limited time only. The convenience stores of Speedway. Valid through 8/26/25. See app for full terms.
All your favorite fan shows are on YouTube, along with those fake YouTube ads like Chew This Gum and It Grows New Teeth. Experience the splendor of Bo sitting in his closet, Timmy Hall's gouty gold chains, and Matty Ice wearing a coat in 90-degree weather. It's all there. Head to YouTube and subscribe today.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Boating season is finally here, and Buckeye Lake Marina is your go-to destination for all your on-the-water needs. With the largest inventory in Central Ohio, you can choose from top brands like Bennington, South Bay, Crown Line, and more. Buckeye Lake Marina has it all. Pontoon boats, luxury tri-toon boats, even merch. Open 7 days a week to serve you better. Find your next dream boat at Buckeye Lake Marina. Visit BuckeyeLakeMarina.com today for all your on-the-water needs. The good life, the lake life, starts at Buckeye Lake Marina.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Aaron, you know that complete HVAC system we sell for $12,000?
Yeah, it's for homes that are 1,600 square feet or less.
How big is 1,600 square feet?
3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. Those homes are what America is made of.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Other companies are charging $15,000 to $18,000 for that same system.
Yeah, I know.
And if your family doesn't need a new furnace, Eco will replace the AC component for just $8,500. Why are we doing this?
Nurses, police officers, office workers, firefighters, and school teachers live in those houses, Jerry.
The people that America is made of live in the houses that America is made of.
We're just doing what we can to restore balance to the universe, Jerry.
Get Eco.
ECO.
When a person is doing well, they're making money. But when they're doing good, they're helping others.
Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians.
We're bringing balance to the universe.
Go to geteco.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Sunny and hot with highs in the low to mid 90s today with a few pop-up afternoon showers and storms. Then clearing tonight, partly cloudy, lows in the low 70s. And for Sunday, upper 80s with a few showers and storms. I'm meteorologist Mike Joyce on 97.1 The Fan.
We're your radio home for the Buckeyes, Browns, and all the NFL games you can handle. We may have a bit of a football problem. Oh, yeah? The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Live, local, and still slightly drunk.
I'm not drunk, all right? I just have a speech impediment.
This is Fan Sports Saturday.
Being in sports naturally means there's going to be pressure, right? Like Dane talked about that with NFL training camp versus college football training camp. When you were at Ohio State, you knew you were going to have a job. You knew you were going to be on the team.
Yeah, I was a student, Dylan.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I knew I was going to, of course.
Absolutely. When you were on the Chicago Bears or anywhere else, Bengals, you didn't know you were going to have a job. You were competing for one of probably 6 roster spots for a wide receiver, right? And that made there lots of pressure for you. The same can be said, I think, about coaches really in any sport, right? Because the buck stops at the coach. In the NFL, the GM is part of that equation too. But I think really in college, the buck stops with the head coach, right? That's the CEO of the team. That's the guy who's in charge of everything. And if you're not winning, that guy's going to lose his job. Now, with that being said, in college football, losing your job can be a pretty lucrative thing now with some of these massive buyouts. But guys want to win and guys want to be national champions. And the more you win, the more you get paid. All of this to say there's lots of pressure right now in the Big Ten Conference for some head coaches. So, both Dane and Nate, I want to hear from you. Who you guys think is under the gun this year? Who has the most pressure in the Big Ten? And I think there are different ways to think about this, too, because you have guys like James Franklin and Ryan Day who might not necessarily be on the hot seat, but there's still pressure. Ryan Day wants to repeat. That's a lot of pressure. Does he have the team to do it? Nobody knows yet. James Franklin, there's all the expectations in the world. Is he on the hot seat? Probably not anymore after going to the college football playoff last season, but they want to compete for a national championship this year. If they don't, that's a failure. That's a lot of pressure. Then you think about the guys who are actually on the hot seat. The Luke Fickles of the world who haven't had success at Wisconsin. Lincoln Riley, who hasn't really had the amount of success people thought he would at USC, and so on. So, Dane, where are you kind of on the list right now? Like, I brought up two different scenarios right there. Guys that are kind of fighting for their jobs, other guys that are trying to live up to expectations, pressure in different ways. Where are you at on the spectrum right now?
That seems to be kind of the spectrum that college football and even the Big Ten works on. It's like, are you meeting the expectation of the university? And those are wildly different. It's a thing that's uniquely college because like those expectations are wildly different. You could be at a place where they're not expecting all that much. Like we don't expect you to win this conference. Now in the NFL, there is no such job. Like everybody, you are supposed to be equal and your expectation is you win or we'll find somebody else to do it. Mm-hmm. So that's how I kind of see it. And the hot list has to start with, we looked up, did you mention the article?
No, I didn't talk about that, okay. But On3 recently, published something where it was rankings of the guys who were on the hottest seats essentially in the Big Ten.
So I didn't necessarily do it as ranking, but there's like a bucket of hot seat guys. Yes. None like really more than the other, but it's basically main on that. So like the ones that come up most are Luke Fickell is always named up there. Lincoln Riley, Sherrone Moore. These are guys that, so Luke Fickell, I think it's because that expectation now at Wisconsin is like, you've got to be in that tier. You've got to be Penn State level tier of the Big Ten. And so naturally, when you're not matching that, everybody I think believes in him as a coach. I know him personally, and I would play for the guy. He also comes from an era that is not this era of college football. So I bet, and I don't know that part of it, but it would be for me if I were a coach coming from a background of what it used to be to trying to fit into that and then compete at Wisconsin with all these other pressures. Lincoln Riley, he's a guy that there's naturally a lot of expectation for him in particular because there was like a few years there where like, this is the guy. This is the coach in college football. And if you don't consistently get there, you've had quarterback success, but maybe not as much team success. It's up there, and I think at Michigan more there. That's always going to be. You've got to be 1-2 in the Big Ten, and that just is what it is. So I think those are the top guys I would think in my eyes. Then I think you get to like this Goldilocks zone of the Big Ten where it's like middle's a safe place to be. Like if you could have a Kirk Ferentz career by just shooting right down the middle.
PJ Fleck just needs to win 8 to 10 games a year, and he's fine.
And that's all they expect.
That's how I feel about some other guys on this list. Like they've got Mike Locksley and Deshaun Foster on here.
Yeah,
just be middle of the pack. You're fine.
So yeah, if you're looking at like the middle of the list, it's like Kirk Ferentz, PJ Fleck, a couple Jonathan Smith at Michigan State. There's a couple like new guys that obviously wouldn't be considered hot seat. Mm-hmm. Greg Schiano. It's like guys that just like, okay, fit the mold, be good enough, and you're here. And like then there's a tier of like not hot at all, but also at places that temperature changes very, very quickly. Like Dan Lanning, Ryan Day. Obviously, these guys are on not hot at all seats, but it's like you also are at places that there's an expectation that is going to be through the roof, almost unattainable. So it's like that's kind of how I see the tiered system. It's safest in the middle, and on both extremes, whether you're not succeeding at all or you're at a sky-high expectation place, it's a tough place to be.
And that is where I'm at with James Franklin. Like, I think there is an immense amount of pressure on James Franklin this season to...
I think James Franklin is where Ryan Day was last year.
Absolutely. I agree with you 100% in that, is his job on the line? Maybe not necessarily, but the expectations are so high that they have to do something this year. They can't lose in the first round of the college football. Like, they've got to go to what? I mean, what's successful for them? Going to the semifinal, going to the final, winning it all?
I seem to like be on my own page is like first round of the playoff for Penn State. I think that's them. I think that's, I don't know where this expectation for them to like make this charge to be national championships.
With you.
I don't have that expectation at all.
I don't know what the Penn State is clearly one of the best 2 teams in the country thing came from. Suddenly,
it's because in the offseason,
suddenly Drew Aller became the best quarterback in college football.
That is why. That is why.
But like it is reaching a point where James Franklin has got to beat Ryan Day at some point. And, you know, the top 5 thing is still a thing for him, just like it was Ryan Day last year.
I think Sharon Moore is under a lot of pressure, too. I mean,
that assumes he survives to begin with.
Exactly. You've got all the recruiting stuff there. They had a down year last year. Of course, they were able to land Bryce Underwood, top quarterback recruit. But, like, that team has to win, right? Like, how long is too long that they're not winning games? Obviously, I think beating Ohio State last year probably helps his case a little bit, but if they have a losing season this year or a 500 season this year and it's the same thing next year, is Sharon Moore out? You know what I mean? Like, I think so. Like, he's got to turn it around quick, right? Like, they're coming off a national championship and doing nothing. So he's got to turn it around quick. I think there's a lot of pressure there. I think there's pressure on Luke Fickell in that, you know, it started to go downhill under Paul Chryst towards the end at Wisconsin, but career 720 winning percentage there. Like, that's pretty good. Jim Leonard took over as an interim, didn't do well. Luke Fickell took over, and he's gone 500. The expectation was that he was going to get them back, and they've kind of changed up, right? Like, their offense is different now. They're not necessarily playing that trademark Wisconsin smash mouth football that I kind of view Wisconsin and Iowa similarly, in that I think Wisconsin is, or maybe I'll put it this way, Iowa is like Wisconsin light. I feel like Wisconsin, with the brand, the alumni base, they should be better than they are. I just think nowadays recruiting might be tougher for a school like that when you have the Ohio States of the world, the Penn States of the world, the teams in the SEC. Getting guys up to Wisconsin, I feel like, might be tougher.
I feel like I've seen the Luke Fickell on the hot seat thing. I don't feel like Wisconsin it's kind of like the Steelers. They're not just going to fire a head coach.
I agree with that.
I feel like Luke, as long as they show signs they are on the right direction this year, Luke is fine. I think
like 8 wins this year, I think. Something
8,
like
9,
that.
You get a big upset somewhere. I think the coach in the hottest seat right now is Lincoln Riley.
I'm with you 100%.
Lincoln Riley was the be-all, end-all of coaches, and now he's basically hovering on, are you even a good coach?
Yes. Lincoln Riley has to turn it around at USC. Has to. I am with you 100%, and that's where I was going with this, and that I don't feel like there's enough conversation about Lincoln Riley, and maybe it's because we're in the Midwest and he's out there in Los Angeles, but USC coming to the Big Ten, like, that was supposed to be a thing, right? Like, USC was supposed to be like where Oregon is right now. They didn't do a whole lot with Caleb Williams at quarterback. I know that he won the Heisman, and they haven't done anything since. Remember, Miller Moss last year, he was a guy that people thought might be a Heisman contender. That wasn't the case. They weren't good last year. That's a team that really has to turn it around, in my opinion. Lincoln Riley, he was, leaving Oklahoma, he was the end-all, be-all. Like, he was the hot name at that point, a top 3 coach in college football. And since then, he's been anything but. Like, I don't know what's going on out there, because USC, that should be the easiest place to recruit in the world.
It should be. And that's a sky-high expectation place, or at least it should be. I mean, you can't go in there and be mediocre. They're going to shuffle you through. And that's why I agree about the Luke Fickell point, because Wisconsin, I think if you show signs, you have in Luke Fickell a guy that there's a lot of upside there, that you could have a really competitive, like, Penn State level program if you can get the right guys and have a solid guy. I think Sharon Moore is on a hotter seat than Luke Fickell, because you have a guy that almost feels, at least to us, and I would bet for like the Michigan fan base, as a guy that was just like a backup plan. Like he was always he was a backup coach. And it's the same thing when like a backup quarterback becomes your starter at these top programs. You're like, wait, we don't have backups that start here. We have dudes that start here. Like they come and you know that's the guy. So yeah, if Fickell shows signs of life and Sharon Moore does nothing more, I think you got to inject that program with some energy. And I think he is on a hotter spot just based on the school and expectation.
I'm with you. I like that. Guys, we have been talking about Penn State a ton today, and we're going to keep it up because they actually just landed the top recruit in the nation. Might not be what you expect, though. We'll tell you more about him next. It's Fan Sports Saturday on The Fan.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Hey, that's the spirit. Right now, we're celebrating free with a free STP oil filter when you buy 5 quarts of oil and free Duralast brake pads when you buy 2 rotors. Like always, free battery testing, charging, and recycling at every store. Celebrate free at AutoZone now through July 28th.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to Hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
Road trip! This summer at Tire Discounters, your tires are your passport to savings because you're driving to Paris,
Texas,
then it's off to Rome,
Georgia,
and you'll be kissing the Blarney Stone in Dublin,
Ohio.
Right now, save up to $434 when you buy 4 tires, and that includes a free alignment and oil change. Stop at Tire Discounters before you see the world.
Hi, this is Bob Masheter from Dick Masheter Ford. Thank you to all of Central Ohio as we head towards 60 years of doing business in the Buckeye State. Dad opened up in 1967 simply trying to offer a better way to buy a car, and we've been working ever since to serve our neighbors. We have served you through wars, recessions, and even a Chinese virus. Here is to serving you and your kids and your grandkids for the next 60 years, except on Sundays when we're closed, because it's the right thing to do. Still 24/7 at MasheterFord.net. Thanks.
The Big Nine was a sad, incomplete place. Enter Ohio State. The rest is history. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
The Fan. Garnish your Bloody Mary with sports talk. You're listening to Fan Sports Saturday.
Dylan Tyrer, Dane Sanzenbacher, Nate Puderbaugh back with you. Just finished up a great conversation about, some of the pressure-packed Big Ten coaches. We've talked a lot about Penn State. You and I were just talking about James Franklin. He didn't land the number 1 recruit in the nation. Guy Godowski, their hockey coach, did. Penn State has landed Gavin McKenna, who's the presumed number 1 overall pick in the 2026 NHL entry draft. That is a huge get for college hockey. Like, this is a guy that when you're playing in the CHL, the Canadian juniors up there, that's like where all the best players play before being drafted. You can be granted exceptional status, so you can play a year early. You're essentially like 14, 15 years old. So Gavin McKenna is one of those guys that's been granted exceptional status. He is really good, and Penn State has him. So Big Ten hockey is going to be elite next year.
Does Penn State not also have the Blue Jackets first-round draft?
Yeah, so actually, Jackson Smith was drafted 14th overall by the Blue Jackets. He is the first-round pick in the history of Penn State hockey. So just like Gavin McKenna, Jackson Smith played in the WHL this past season, which is one of the 3 leagues in the CHL. They have one in Quebec, one in Western Canada, and then one in Ontario. So WHL is Western Canada. Jackson Smith played there for the Tri-City Americans. Gavin McKenna was a Medicine Hat Tiger, a teammate of the 4th overall pick by the Blue Jackets last year, Caden Lindstrom, who will be at Michigan State next year. So this is a big thing going on in hockey right now. The rules have changed in that guys can now play in the CHL and then go play college hockey. So there are reasons for this. They can get NIL, and on top of that, you play less games, but you spend more time in the weight room, and you're playing against older guys, grown men, rather than playing against some younger guys, kids, in quotes. So there are multiple reasons guys want to go to college, and college is also college. There's reason that they want to go experience that. So this is a big exodus that's happening right now, and the Big Ten is really, really benefiting in that, teams like Michigan are getting guys, Michigan State getting guys, Penn State getting guys, and Penn State is really, really going all in with some of this NIL stuff, and that the way that you've talked about Penn State on this show being kind of, in your eyes, a middle-of-the-pack Big Ten team that can compete in football every now and again, that's how they've been in hockey, where Penn State is kind of middle of the pack. They had a nice season this last year, and now they're really, really recruiting well. They've used the transfer portal well, and they should have a good season next year. So they're going to have Jackson Smith, the Blue Jackets prospect, and they're going to have Gavin McKenna, who is like legit superstar caliber player.
That was my question with this, and I'm not that familiar with when a change happened, but so what does that mean for these, like how long are they committed to the school, or at any point can the Jackets or who well, this kid hasn't been drafted yet, but he's projected top prospect.
So essentially, Gavin McKenna will be the number 1 overall pick next year, and if the team that drafts him deems that he's ready to play in the NHL, then he'll go play in the NHL right away. If not, he'll go back to Penn State.
Right. So at any point, these pro teams can just pluck them out of college and say, all right, you're up. And so they're using college essentially as their minor league experience?
No, they have to play their college season, but when their college season is done,
but it can be one if they're good enough.
It can be one and done. Okay. Yeah, it can be one and done. Like if Jackson Smith were to play this year at Penn State and the Blue Jackets after the season were like, okay, you're ready, we want you, then he would sign with the Blue Jackets and play. So that's part of the deal here too, is that
what if he's 4 years and they're like, we're not really seeing it yet. Does he then go to a minor league team?
Well, then his rights would be relinquished by the Blue Jackets and he would sign as a free agent with any team he wanted to, which that happens relatively frequently. Like, or for example, the Chicago Blackhawks, if you've heard of Kevin Hayes, he's a center in the NHL. He was the 21st overall pick by the Blackhawks in like 2012 or something like that. So like a good player, first round pick. Didn't want to sign with Chicago, so he played all 4 years at Boston College, waited, and signed as a free agent after that. So you can kind of control your own destiny if you're willing to be patient like that, or a team says, you haven't developed the way that we've wanted you to.
That's really interesting.
And you can go do whatever you want. So
and
they have
this is a relatively new. So before, whenever a change was made, it was if you were drafted, you typically weren't going to play college hockey.
So it's a very convoluted thing, the way that the path to the NHL works. There are a bunch of different leagues. You could draft a college hockey player. If you drafted a guy that was playing college, you would have his rights for 4 years. Or you can draft out of the CHL, and you would have his rights for 2 years. So all of that wonky. They've just ratified a new collective bargaining agreement that simplifies some of this stuff. You can also draft a guy from overseas. But typically, like the main thing, if you're playing in the CHL, they would have your rights for 2 years. If you were playing in the CHL, that was it. You would either go to the NHL, minor league hockey, wherever after that. Now you can play in the CHL and then go play college hockey and then go to the NHL.
But it's not still 2 years.
It's not 2 years. It is not 2 years. That was kind of a gray area, and now with the new CBA, I think it's a flat. I want to say it's a flat 4 years for everything.
Gosh, that's really
my brain hurts.
Yeah, it is a lot. It's very confusing, but yeah, that is how it works. So to simplify things, yeah, now guys can pretty much play wherever they want, end up in college, and then go play pro hockey.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, it will be. We were talking about that when it's Jackson Smith.
Jackson Smith. Not Jackson Smith and Jigba.
I know.
Jackson Smith.
Yeah. When we were talking when he was here, because he was doing the camp or whatever it was with the Blue Jackets.
Development camp.
Yeah, and then but he's playing for Penn State, like how this could bring a little bit more juice to college hockey, especially when Penn State comes to Ohio State to play. Now you have these NHL talent guys there to kind of lift that up. But the question I had was, well, how does this work? Like, because this is it's an odd situation. Because can baseball do this? Do you know?
In what sense?
In the sense of they're also drafted out of high school, but if they go to college, can those rights be pulled up, or do they have to be in the minor league system? Because I thought they had to make that choice.
No, in baseball you do have to make that choice where you can either sign out of college or sign out of high school, or you just say, no, I'm not signing with you, and then they relinquish your rights, you go to college, and you can be drafted again.
Okay.
Because if you look at some of like the baseball reference pages for guys that have been drafted twice by 2 different teams, things like that. So, yeah, that is a big decision they have to make. But in hockey, it is different in that you can be drafted. Say you're a CHL player, you could be drafted while you're in the CHL, and then say, "Hey, I'm going to go play college hockey now." The NHL team still has your rights, and when you're done playing in college, you go to the NHL team.
How much are they paying Mr. McKenna?
I guess they don't publicly release that. They have not publicly released the amount of money it is, but I've heard it is high 6 figures for Gavin McKenna.
Which is why I'm thinking, like, you know who's probably not that fired up about Gavin McKenna is James Franklin.
Cutting into his NIL money.
This is great, but you're kind of pulling from my war chest here, and if you want me to do better than first round, I kind of need that high 6 figures hockey team.
They're I don't know what they've got going on, but Guy Godowski, their head coach, they're doing a good job over there at Penn State, getting a bunch of first-round picks, bunch of high draft picks, and college hockey should be fun next year. I will definitely, if I'm able to make the trip over to the Shot and see Penn State play Ohio State, Michigan State play Ohio State. Always love seeing Notre Dame and Michigan, but it's going to be good next year. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's great for college hockey. It's great for the Big Ten, and honestly, if you're a hockey fan in Columbus, it's great for you because you're going to see some quality talent coming to Ohio State. I'm pumped up for it.
Yeah.
You got to get over there to a game, Dane.
I've been once. I went to the Ohio State-Michigan game 2 years ago and was impressed.
All right, good.
I was like, wow, this is better than I thought it was going to be. And no offense. They put on a good show. Ohio State got beat, I think, pretty handily.
Okay.
But I was saying the same thing, like having juice like that coming into town, like, oh, this is a Blue Jackets pick and potential, first-round talent, that might bring some eyeballs.
I've said for a good decade, OSU hockey is like the best value in Columbus.
It is. You can see it. I mean, especially this coming season, like with all these guys coming in, it's going to be good. And Ohio State always has a good team. Like they always compete. They don't recruit like some of these other schools do, but they always compete. So it's definitely, I'm with you. Like it's a fun thing to do on a Friday night, Saturday night. And, if you're interested in Blue Jackets prospects, Michigan State has 2 Blue Jackets prospects. Penn State has 1 plus Gavin McKenna. So there's reason to go over there and catch a little hockey if you're not going to a CBJ game, that is. All right, guys, hell is real. Another iteration of Ohio's soccer's fiercest rivalry is taking place tonight in Cincinnati. We're talking the Crew versus FC Cincy next. It's Fan Sports Saturday on The Fan.
We know everything about you. We know you love the Buckeyes. We know you love the Jackets. We know you're wearing a red shirt. I just freaked the hell out of someone. The Fan.
You had a solid retirement dream. Sell your home in a few years, bank the equity, downsize, and travel. But with an unpredictable economy and the future feeling uncertain, you're wondering if that equity will still be there when you're ready. What if you could bank that equity right now? With Truehold, you can sell your home for its current value, so you can access your equity today. You can bank the cash now and stay in the home you love with an easy standard lease. Truehold even covers property taxes, insurance, and repairs. And since Truehold hands over your equity in cash now, it's yours to do whatever you'd like. Don't let a shifting economy put your hard-earned equity at risk. Visit Truehold.com and receive their competitive offer on your home in just 48 hours, based on its current value, not what's coming. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out on your home's value without moving. That's Truehold.com.
Bobby Carpenter here for Germain Toyota. Swing by Germain Toyota and ask for Marcello and discover unbeatable deals and a wide selection of new and certified pre-owned Toyota vehicles. Visit them at GermainToyota.net. Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road.
Got one of those days that never stops? Try a stop at Speedway. Refresh your fuel tank, refresh your U-tank with 69-cent large Big Gulp drinks. And refresh the vibe for any drive. Refresh at Speedway with 69-cent large Big Gulp drinks with Speedy Rewards and try exclusive Mountain Dew Infinite Swirl flavor for a limited time only. The convenience stores of Speedway. Valid through 8/26/25. See app for full terms.
Hey, it's Anthony for Orthopedic One. I'm not invincible anymore. I never was, but I refuse to punt on things I still love to do. That's why over the past several years, when I've had things creep up, like back pain, shoulder issue, elbow problem, I've had it all, I've always chosen Orthopedic One. That's because Orthopedic One is Ohio's largest physician-owned orthopedic practice with 60 physicians in every specialty. Find a physician or location near you at orthopedic1.com. Orthopedic One. This is where you go to get better.
Save big on auto accessories at Menards. We have what you need to keep your vehicle looking like new. Give your car the care it needs with Spray Wax from Turtle Wax. Just wash your car, rinse, spray on Turtle Wax, and dry for the quickest way to a high gloss shine. Save big on all Turtle Wax products. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for more great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
When it comes to your roofing, siding, or gutter needs, call Newman Roofing. 614-NEW-ROOF. NewmanRoofing.com.
The Fan is the official station of summertime. Sipping on a lemonade, the smell of fresh-cut grass in the air, and Common Man playing fart noises on the radio.
Was that a fart?
Ah, summer. The Fan, Ohio's summer destination.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Save big on 6 packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or 7-Up. Right now, select varieties are only $2.99 each with your digital coupon. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Get Eco.
Aaron, you know that complete HVAC system we sell for $12,000?
Yeah, it's for homes that are 1,600 square feet or less.
How big is 1,600 square feet?
3 bedroom, 2.5 bath. Those homes are what America is made of.
Get Eco.
Other companies are charging $15,000 to $18,000 for that same system.
Yeah, I know.
And if your family doesn't need a new furnace, Eco will replace the AC component for just $8,500. Why are we doing this?
Nurses, police officers, office workers, firefighters, and school teachers live in those houses, Jerry.
The people that America is made of live in the houses that America is made of.
We're just doing what we can to restore balance to the universe, Jerry.
Get Eco.
When a person is doing well, they're making money. But when they're doing good, they're helping others.
Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians.
We're bringing balance to the universe.
Go to GetEco.com.
The savings are on at Coughlin Ford. Lease a new 25 Ford Escape or Bronco Sport. Just $399 a month with 0 down. New 25 F-150 or Lightning Flash. Only $499 a month with 0 down. At all 4 Coughlin Ford locations, including our newest in Marysville. Visit CoughlinFord.com.
48-month lease. All factory rebates to dealer. All prior sales excluded. In-stock units only. 7,500 miles per year. 25 cents per mile over. Excludes $250 dock fee. $395 disposition fee at lease end. No security deposit. See dealer for details. Ends 9/2/25.
All your favorite Fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio's sports destination. We firmly believe it's appropriate to tailgate before a youth soccer game. You're listening to Fan Sports Saturday.
The women's Wimbledon final is underway. I think both you and I predicted the American Anna Samova is going to win. Decidedly not a great start. She has lost 9 consecutive sets. 6-0, or 9 consecutive games, rather. 6-0 in the first set, 3-0 right now in the second set. So
not looking good.
Not a great start there. hopefully things go a little bit better tonight for the Columbus Crew. It's the second rendition of Hell is Real this year. The first was here in Columbus, I think the last time that you and I hosted together, actually.
Yeah.
That was a 1-1 draw. The Crew actually dominated that game. They played really well, but it ended in a draw. Since then, FC Cincinnati has been the best team in MLS. They are the best team right now. They're leading the Supporter Shield race, which is what you get for being the best team in MLS during the regular season. They've got the guy that's the favorite for MVP in Evander, but they haven't beaten the Crew this season. They drew the first time. So this is one of the bigger games of the MLS season, and the Crew could do a lot tonight. I think, let's see, the Crew recently beat Philly, who's one of the better teams in MLS. FCC has won 4 straight coming into this one. They're at the top of the table right now. The Crew in 4th in the Eastern Conference. So this is like a huge game for supremacy in Ohio right now. And I'd love for the Crew to win.
What's some storyline items here? Like, draw me into watching this.
Well, I think everything that I just talked about right there, Dane, isn't that enough for you? But let's see.
These fans hate each other.
Yes, that
is the main draw.
Yeah, there is legitimate hatred between these two teams. FCC is red hot. The Crew has kind of been up and down at times this season, but I think everything is out the window. The records don't matter when these teams get together, right, Nate? Because there's so much hatred.
Usually just the Crew is going to win.
There's so much hatred between these sides. So I think that's the draw, right? There's the absolute hatred, and there's a battle of two of the top teams in the East. Like, this is it for these teams this season, save a potential postseason matchup. So hell is real. They drew the first time. If the Crew wins this time, they're the best soccer team in Ohio this year. Isn't that enough for you?
Yeah, I guess that's enough.
Crew fans hate the idea that Cincinnati might be better than them.
Is that, and forgive my soccer ignorance, is Cincinnati being on top of the conference, is that a norm?
That's a new thing.
That's got to be a new thing, right? Okay.
And the Crew goalkeeper, I think the last time he played was the first Hell is Real. He hasn't played since then. Questionable for tonight's matchup. So there's another little storyline. Will he play? Won't he play? The Crew don't know what they're doing in net.
What time is tap off?
7:10.
Tap off. Tap off.
They just usually tap it, right?
Yeah, it's just one guy just rolling it on over to the other guy, and then they kick it back, and then they get going.
Yeah, 7:10 p.m.?
7:10 at TQL Stadium down in Cincinnati. Okay. Shout out my guy, Donnie.
Mm-hmm. He's our insider.
He is the insider for this rivalry game. So I'm fired up for it. 7:10 tonight. My eyes will be on Hell is Real because I want the Crew to be the best soccer team in Ohio. That's how it works, right, Nate? If they win this one, they're the best. It doesn't matter what happens the rest of the year.
I broadcasted for the Crew for 5 years. I'm all for that.
Let's go. Let's go. What do you think happens tonight?
I think it's a draw again.
Another draw?
Which is still good enough. It's like, yeah, you're still not better than us.
That's true. It like extends the rivalry. It extends Hell is Real until
because
the next
matchup. It's like, man, we're better than the Crew finally. No, you're not. You can't beat us.
So just a quick soccer hit there, guys. I want to touch on the NBA next because as we talked about off the top of the broadcast, the NBA season's over. OKC won the championship, but man, oh man, is there a lot of noise coming out of that league. Big signings, the NBA Summer League in action, our first look at Cooper Flagg, and oh, yeah, LeBron James might be on the move. We'll talk about all that next. It's Fan Sports Saturday on The Fan.
The two most mature people working at the radio station. And that's just because they wear pants.
The pervert and the skivvies.
Rothman and Ice.
Weekdays at noon.
The Fan.
Imagine what it would feel like getting tackled head-on by a 240-pound linebacker. You'd be in serious pain, right? But if you're unbuckled in a car crash, at just 50 miles an hour, you become a deadly projectile that can slam into other passengers with 8 times that amount of force. Don't let someone else take the hit. Buckle up and visit buckleup.ohio.gov to learn more. Brought to you by ODOT and ODPS.
At United Dairy Farmers, peach is our most popular ice cream. And once you taste it, you'll know why. Right now, get 2 48-ounce cartons of UDF peach ice cream for $10. It's only here for a short time. UDF peach ice cream, made for you.
Listen to Financially Fit Radio with Corey Sickles this Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on 1460 ESPN, covering topics like what you need to know about annuities and how to stay healthy and enjoy retirement. Financially Fit Radio this Saturday at 9 a.m. on 1460 ESPN.
Hi, I'm Rick Germain, and at Toyota West, we're having our biggest pre-owned sales event of the year. With over 600 new and pre-owned vehicles, Toyota West at I-270 and Georgesville Road has the car you're searching for. And during our Go Forth sales event, every pre-owned vehicle is discounted and comes with a 72-hour exchange policy plus a 3-month warranty. At Toyota West, you don't have to choose between a great experience and a great price. We deliver both. Come see us at the Germain Auto Mall on Georgesville Road or get started today at ToyotaWest.com.
Let me ask you something. Is your money doing everything it can for you?
I don't know. How would I know?
Is it automatically saving for special events and keeping you posted on its progress? Like at Huntington Bank?
Oh, no.
Is it tracking your spending so you can make the best choices at the mall?
Nope.
Or setting limits on your teenager's debit card?
Definitely not.
Then it could certainly be doing more.
Yeah, sure sounds like it.
Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone for Window Nation. Did you know their co-founders are Ohio natives? Yeah. Window Nation has been replacing windows in the Columbus region for over 15 years. Not only does Window Nation know what windows work best for Ohio homeowners like you, they're also local to the area. And right now, you can take advantage of Window Nation's biggest sale of the year. Get 50% off all window styles, plus 0 interest for 5 whole years. You heard that right. With Window Nation, you won't pay any interest until 2030. Plus, they'll install your new windows in 1 day or less, so you can get back to your daily routine right away. Personally, I wouldn't procrastinate. You don't want to wait on this deal. It's a trustworthy company like Window Nation, getting your windows in 1 day or less. 50% off all window styles now, plus 0 interest until 2030 with Window Nation. Call them up, 866-90NATION, or visit windownation.com to get your free quote on replacement windows. 866-90NATION or windownation.com. And tell them T-Bone sent you.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
And I'm Nate Pooterball. In Chicago, the Guardians split a doubleheader with the White Sox yesterday. They won Game 1 by a score of 4-2 and then dropped the nightcap 5-4 in 11 innings. Game 3 of their series comes your way this afternoon at 4:10. Tanner Bybee of the Guardians squaring off with Sean Burke. In Cincinnati, the Reds dropped Game 1 of their series at the Colorado Rockies 3-2 on a wild pitch in the 8th inning. Jeremy Marquez threw a season-high 8 strikeouts for the Rockies. Game 2 of their series is at 4:10. Catch the action right here on the Fan following Buckeye Replay. And also in Cincinnati, the Columbus Crew SC are in action tonight, gearing up for the Hell is Real matchup with FC Cincinnati. Game time is 7:10 at TQL Stadium. And at Wimbledon today, it's the finals of the women's side with Amanda Anisimova taking on Iga Swiatek. Breaking sports news when it happens to the Fan, Ohio Sports Destination.
Just because it's the weekend doesn't mean we shut up. This is Fan Sports Saturday.
Final hour of the show. Dylan Tyrer, Dane Sanzenbacher, Nate Pooterball with you. Guys, this has been a lot of fun. I feel like we've embraced some just tremendous debate.
I think we're fueled by M&Ms and it's helping.
Oh, we are. Like, I'm chowing down on these M&Ms over here.
We're microdosing out here, Nate, if you want in.
Yeah. No one has offered me any. What's going on here?
Just got a couple M&Ms per segment.
Yeah,
thought it would be nice.
Walk on in here, grab yourself a handful, whatever you want.
It's a great candy.
Let's see. We've ranked NFL quarterbacks 5 to 10. We've got another kind of ranking or list later in the show with home run derby participants from other sports that I'm excited to get to. We talked a lot about the pressure for coaches in the Big Ten. I thought that was a fun one. I liked hearing what you guys had to say about who's feeling the most pressure. We haven't talked about the NBA yet, which I just want to get into because you've got the Summer League going on right now. There's lots of interest in the Summer League because Cooper Flagg, who's, I guess supposedly the next big thing in the NBA, Cooper Flagg, the number 1 overall pick, made his Summer League debut a couple of nights ago, beating the Lakers 87-85. Bronny is making headlines because He's LeBron James' son. People care about Bronny. But Cooper Flagg actually kind of flopped in his Summer League debut. He was 0 for 5 from 3, ended up having 10 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals. The 3 steals are a big number because he made some big plays defensively. And I think that's what people came away with from that game was that, okay, this guy is struggling offensively, but he's still affecting the game defensively, which is obviously what you want to see out of the number 1 overall pick. Like, oh, this guy is affecting basketball games. It is Summer League, but did you see how much tickets were going for that game?
I did not.
It's like $200 to see an NBA Summer League game with Cooper Flagg playing against Bronny James.
So the NBA is so star-driven. All the pro leagues are, but especially that one, that doesn't surprise me that much because there's an element of like reality TV to the NBA as well. The stars they're so accessible. There's only 5 on the court. One guy can affect the game so much that, yeah, Cooper Flagg's supposed to be this generational talent, like the next guy in the NBA. And Bronny, whether you already said it, it's LeBron James is your dad, and you're going to be in the conversation. And then LeBron James, incredibly still relevant and in a part of the offseason chatter of where's he going to be, who can afford him. So, I mean, that it doesn't surprise me that if you're an NBA person and you wanted to see some of that, or even basketball person in general, you'd pay up to go see those stars play.
Does Cooper Flagg excite you?
Yes.
Why?
I kind of said this to you about NFL quarterbacks, too, when we were off air. There's more to a lot of this than just what your stats are or if you're going to be good. There's like a storyline to all these of who you like want to watch. And God, it sounds, I mean, Cooper Flagg's story being from Maine, kind of being like this. It reminded me a little bit when he was coming out. Do you remember when Yao Ming was coming to the NBA? You were too young.
No, I remember. I remember the start for Yao Ming.
And it was like a time when you heard about him, and it was like the Sasquatch was coming to the NBA. Like it would be hinted at. Internet wasn't really a big thing. This was like early 2000. This might have been 2000. I mean, I don't. Nate probably remembers it, but it was like it was like the legend of, oh my gosh, there's this like 7'9" guy from China that's coming over. So to me, when Cooper Flagg was being recruited, his high school lore was kind of like that. Like, he's from Maine. He can do everything. And you would just see like these random highlights. He just came out of the woods of Maine. So that's part of why I think he's an incredible story, because like that's more, I think that's just a fun one, like a northeastern American basketball player.
I think he's put into a very intriguing situation too, in that he doesn't have to be the guy on his team right away, and he's joining a couple of guys that have louder personalities, I would say, in Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving. Like slotting him into that and just it's a ready-made big three, right? Like they traded Luka Doncic. But now they lucked into the number 1 overall pick in Cooper Flagg, and they've got Davis, they've got Kyrie. I just think it's a really intriguing storyline for this NBA season, in that you have these 2 guys that are like super veterans, right? Like Kyrie's been in the league forever, AD's been in the league for a long time now. He's got to stay healthy. Both of them have to stay healthy, but you've got these wily old vets that still have their game, and then you've got this young guy that's supposed to be the next big thing. I'm really excited to see how he fits in. Like, I don't know what to expect. Obviously, he was a tremendous college basketball player as a freshman. I want to see what he looks like playing against the Anthony Edwards of the world, the Shays of the world, the Lukas of the world, the LeBrons of the world. I want to see what he looks like up against all these guys. And then I think I'll start buying the hype.
Yeah, I think that's part of it. I've already bought the hype, but I think, seeing how that matches up, it's pure entertainment.
If he's good, he's going to make a lot of money. Like, have you seen some of these NBA contracts that have been thrown around? SGA signed for the largest AAV of all time at over $70 million a season, 4-year, $285 million extension. Then earlier this week, Devin Booker beat it. He is signed to a 2-year, $145 million extension.
I can't compute really, or I don't have a good feel of things that are past like 2 commas. So it's like when these contracts started to just skyrocket, it's like I don't really have a feel for that. I just have a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's a lot, but I like what is that in what does that look like in a physical object? Like how much is 200 million of a thing?
Isn't that just crazy to think about?
Like M&Ms. How much space would 200 million M&Ms fill up? That might give me a better visual of the enormity of these contracts. If every one of these was $1, that's good radio.
I liked that a lot, actually. So I'm trying to think about this in other terms. So Jalen Williams, the guy who plays second fiddle to SGA, essentially, he also just signed an extension, $287 million over 5 years. So $57.4 million a season. And he's making essentially $15 million, $20 million less than SGA is a year. That is crazy to think about, isn't it? Like SGA is making $70 million a season. Devin Booker's making $70 million a season. Could you imagine making $145 million in 2 years?
I don't know what that means.
I don't either.
You have to speak M&Ms to me.
I cannot compute that.
I can more picture getting 140 million M&Ms in a year.
It's wild to think about it in terms of some of these other sports too. Like some pitchers have made upwards of, $40, $50 million a season, but they're pitching a lot, right? Well, I guess, they're pitching 33 times a year. That's less than 82 NBA games. But like an NFL quarterback, Pat Mahomes isn't making $70 million on the field, right? Like Joe Burrow's not making $75 million a season on the field. These NBA guys have got it made. Is your wife tall or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, she's not taller than me, but she's 5'8".
So maybe
5'9".
maybe your guy's kid could become a point guard or something like that?
Yeah, on her side of the family. So my father-in-law is 6'7", my brother-in-law is 6'7", even her grandfather is like 6'5", and that's after 80 years of gravity pushing him down. So he was probably a couple inches taller than that. So yeah, he could probably peak at point guard height.
I'm just saying, like, if you want your kid to play a sport like basketball, it's obviously extremely competitive because the rosters are small, but there's a lot of money to be had in the NBA right now. It is crazy. It is crazy. LeBron's making less money than SGA. LeBron's going to make $50 million this next season, but it might not be with the Los Angeles Lakers. Like, weird things going on right now in LA.
What's the chatter with that?
Yeah, so obviously they acquire Luka via trade, and now it seems like they want to build around Luka, which of course you're going to build around Luka. He's a young superstar in the NBA. The thing that kind of confuses me with the Lakers is, like, don't you think you're good enough to win with what you've got? And I think that is kind of the debate where LeBron might disagree with how the Lakers feel about things, whereas the Lakers might be looking a little bit further into the future, how they want to build around Luka, and LeBron says, I want to win right now. But I feel like with what they've got, they can compete. Like, Luka's going to keep you competitive. LeBron's obviously going to keep you competitive. They've got DeAndre Ayton now, who I think they want him to match up with Luka. Luka wants a guy that he can throw lobs to. And so I think that's the plan with those guys.
So it sounds like
it's just a lot of money. They don't have a lot of money to make other moves, which I think LeBron feels like they need to add to their roster more to be competitive right now. And I'm not sure the Lakers are comfortable with doing that.
That's what it sounds like. Because to the casual NBA fan that just shows up in the playoffs like I did, like watched a lot in the playoffs, but if I'm looking at it on paper, I'm thinking what more does LeBron want than Luka? Like, don't you have enough to be competitive? But that makes sense how you're presenting it is like, well, they're kind of building in a post-LeBron mindset. It's not of like, and LeBron's like, hey, how many more years do I have to do this? I want to compete now.
The problem is LeBron then signed a $52 million extension so that if he wants out, if you're going to trade for LeBron, you have to trade those good things that you would want on your team to win with.
Exactly. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, right? That LeBron would sign this extension and then say, I need you guys to add to the roster. Well, you can't do that.
I want to go back to Cleveland. No, I'm not giving up the best 4 young players on Cleveland to go to get LeBron back.
Right. I don't think he kind of holds the cards here, right? Because he can say he has a no trade clause, so they can't just trade him. He says he would need to be traded. But what team in the NBA? And that's another thing. I don't know what LeBron is worth nowadays, right? Like, he's making a ton of money. He's older. He might be with you for 1 or 2 years, and that's it. So it's just a confusing situation in that he wants the Lakers to add around him, yet they don't have the money to do it because he is signed for all this money and Luka's making a lot of money. And other teams, hey, if he wants to say, okay, I want to go be competitive right now and play on a contender right now, other teams are going to have to mortgage their futures to do that. And maybe even, like you said, Nate, mortgage their current team to do that. And that's not necessarily viable. So I think LeBron's got to have to stick with the Lakers. I think they're going to be competitive this next year. They've got Luka, they've got LeBron, they've got DeAndre Ayton. I think they're going to be competitive this next season.
I would like to see him with the Raptors. Just because I want to, let's try Canada. Like he's done the small market Cleveland. He's done Miami, like the hot market. He's done the mega market in LA. Toronto seems cool.
Have you ever met LeBron?
No. I've seen him.
Okay.
I've seen him up close.
All right. I thought maybe with the Ohio State football connection, your paths would have crossed, but
it kind of crossed. He did speak to the team once when I was there. Like he came in. It was before. It might have been before the Penn State game because that's a big rivalry.
Man,
now that I'm thinking about
callback.
All going back to Penn State today.
It all goes back to Penn State today.
It could have been. But he stopped in there, and then my season tickets for the football games are relatively close to the field, like towards the open end. So it's usually the congregation spot of pregame at big games. And when we played, it must have been the Notre Dame game. I think he was in town for that. So saw him, but no, I don't. I've not officially met him.
You've not. I've not shaken hands.
I've not shaken hands or embraced with Mr. James.
All right, I was just curious because that would be pretty cool. I wanted to know what he's like.
I have no insight for you.
Unfortunate. You have any insight on the Guardians and the Reds?
Well, I went to a Reds game this year, and I will say that their concessions are very good, and their family-friendly environment is also pretty good. It entertained a 2-year-old for an entire baseball game. I have no takes on the Guardians and no disrespect for this hat.
Yeah, he says that while wearing a White Sox cap this weekend.
That's what I said. I was like, that's how you know I'm a White Sox fan. Is I don't even know when they're playing or who they're playing. So, yeah, apparently they're playing the Guardians. No disrespect, Guardians.
All right, well, we'll see if that Reds family-friendly environment will be in action during the postseason this year. That playoff race in Major League Baseball is heating up, so we're going to discuss whether or not we believe the Guardians or the Reds, or maybe both, will be making it. That's next. It's Fan Sports Saturday on The Fan.
We have so many local shows, I can't fit them in a 10-second promo. So let's just say we're live and local all damn day. The Fan.
We've all got it, that one crazy thing you've always wanted to do, that bucket list goal. Then a cancer diagnosis, and that one thing still goes according to plan. I would know. I'm getting my first tattoo right now, while my 3 beautiful daughters laugh hysterically at me. 58 years old, 4 years of cancer-free checkups at Ohio Health. Go ahead and get a picture, girls. You keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keepmakingplans.
At United Dairy Farmers, peach is our most popular ice cream. Although it's only here for a short time, we sell more of it than any other flavor. And once you taste it, you'll know why it wins the popularity contest. We make it from scratch by mixing in the juice from our hand-selected peaches and big chunks of fruit. That's what gives it that unique peachier flavor. And that might also explain why peach season at UDF doesn't last long. UDF Peach Ice Cream, made for you.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. Hear that? That's the sound of freedom. This July, declare your independence on the open road during RCD RV's Declare Your Independence sale, running July 5th through the 19th, offering all-American savings on all in-stock motorhomes, fifth wheels, and travel trailers. Wave goodbye to ordinary vacations and say hello to adventure. Stop by any of our locations, Delaware, Heath, and Pataskala, or shop online anytime at rcdrv.com. Celebrate the red, white, and blue with unbeatable savings at RCD RV. RCD RV. Freedom starts on the open road.
Your bathroom's got to go, the vanity's decayed, and toilet's really old. The bathtub's giving way. If that's our us a ring, call morning, noon, or night. You do not have to wait to get your bathroom right.
Call Baths R Us for your free estimate and enter to win our Christmas in July $12,500 bathroom remodel with an additional savings of up to $3,000 plus low to no monthly payments. 380-225-2284. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
We can come the day you call us.
We're 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
Brian, I've been meaning to ask you something.
Okay, ask away.
Sometimes when we're talking, I hear a little sparkling sound.
Is it when one of us says, all you have to do is point?
There it is. Did you hear that?
That's the sound of magic happening.
Magic? Like we can come the day you call us? Wow.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Mark your calendars for Diamond Seller's Wedding Weekend, July 25th and 26th. Hi, it's Alex Johnson from the Diamond Seller. Wedding Weekend is back with incredible offers you won't want to miss. Enjoy buy one, get one half off wedding bands, 20% off diamond anniversary bands, and 10% off handcrafted custom bridal. We've had the guaranteed best price and an unmatched selection for over 78 years. Choose a jeweler you can trust and come see us July 25th and 26th at Diamond Seller on Salma Road or at Easton Town Center.
Morning Juice is live on YouTube. Weekday mornings starting at 6. Or on demand whenever you want it. Yeah, whenever. Bobby Carpenter's at your beck and call. And Tito's there too, you know, to clean the toilets. Head to YouTube and subscribe today.
When it comes to your roofing, siding, or gutter needs, call Newman Roofing. 614-NEW-ROOF. NewmanRoofing.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Runyon from Runyon Dental Group. Are you missing teeth or do you have uncomfortable dentures? Dental implants can not only transform your smile, they can restore your confidence and allow you to eat those foods you love that you've been missing. When I was in my early 30s, I was in a similar situation needing complex dental work and dental implants. I understand all the emotions that you're feeling because I've been the patient and I know that we can help you. Schedule a free consultation today at runyondentalgroup.com. That's runyondentalgroup.com.
Hi, I'm Bob Capace from Worthington Jewelers.
And I'm his very overpaid celebrity endorser, Common Man. Bob, I heard somewhere, actually from you many, many times, that Worthington Jewelers is where Columbus gets engaged.
It's too bad you and Timmy can't engage the audience.
Good zing, Bob.
If you're thinking of popping the question, there's only one place to go.
Worthington Jewelers on High Street in Worthington. WorthingtonJewelers.com. Tell them Common Man sent you.
Boating season is finally here, and Buckeye Lake Marina is your go-to destination for all your on-the-water needs. With the largest inventory in Central Ohio, you can choose from top brands like Bennington, South Bay, Crown Line, and more. Buckeye Lake Marina has it all. Pontoon boats, luxury tri-toon boats, even merch. Open 7 days a week to serve you better. Find your next dream boat at Buckeye Lake Marina. Visit BuckeyeLakeMarina.com today for all your on-the-water needs. The good life, the lake life, starts at Buckeye Lake Marina.
Bobby Carpenter here for Germain Toyota. Swing by Germain Toyota and ask for Marcello and discover unbeatable deals and a wide selection of new and certified pre-owned Toyota vehicles. Visit them at germaintoyota.net. Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Sunny and hot with highs in the low to mid-90s today with a few pop-up afternoon showers and storms. Then clearing tonight, partly cloudy, lows in the low 70s. And for Sunday, upper 80s with a few showers and storms. I'm meteorologist Mike Joyce on 97.1 The Fan.
Common Man, a radio veteran, has a large hemorrhoid. Timmy Hall, a good, clean boy, moonlights as man's hemorrhoid. Common Man and Timmy.
Weekdays at 3.
The Fan. Instead of annoying national people talking to you this weekend, we've opted for annoying local people. This is Fan Sports Saturday.
I so badly want either or both of Ohio's baseball teams to be good. And I'm talking MLB, like the Clippers. Clippers, I always want to be good. That's Columbus's team. But the Guardians, when they are good, are so fun. Like, I feel like that fan base just gets into it like crazy. The Reds have just been... We
have no concept of what it means to be good.
That's true. They've been searching for a long time, and they have so many good young players that they still can't quite figure it out. Like, they've got pieces, they can't quite figure it out. The last time that I hosted, maybe one of the last times, I'm not sure if it was the last time, it was about the midway point of the MLB season. We're a little bit past that now, going into the All-Star game, and we made some predictions. Whether or not we thought the Guardians would make the playoffs and whether or not we thought the Reds would make the playoffs. This, mind you, was before the Guards lost 10 consecutive games. I said no to the Guardians at that point. I said yes to the Reds at that point for pretty much the same reason, but on the contrary for both sides. The Guardians have had that magic the last few years. They haven't necessarily had great teams, but last year they had magic. Their bullpen was great. They had timely hitting. This year they've had absolutely no offense. The Reds, on the other hand, had just been middling for a long time. They've got Terry Francona at the helm. They started slow, and I thought in the second half the Reds would really get it going because that's just what Terry Francona does. He figures it out, right? They've got all these young players. They've got Chase Burns up. He's electric. Hunter Green's got to get healthy. But where we stand right now...
And then they proceeded to lose to the Rockies.
Yes, the teams are in very similar spots. The Reds are over 500, one game over, but they're 4 games out of a wild card spot. The Guardians, meanwhile, are 5 games under 500, but they're just 5 games out of a wild card spot. So despite the records, the teams are pretty much in the same spot in their respective leagues. At this point, what do we think happens? Nate, do either one of these teams make the Major League postseason this year?
I said, because I was on the show with you, I said no to the Guardians, and that was before they lost 10 in a row, so I'm more inclined to say no to the Guardians.
They are getting a little bit hot, though.
I still say if they don't get a bat before the trade deadline, there's no chance.
I think they're going to be sellers, too. I think strategically it would be smart for the Cleveland Guardians to be sellers right now. Unfortunately, the way it's worked for the Guardians is for a long time, they've just had these pitchers kind of come out of nowhere, right? I feel like that's slowed up just a little bit, and they've had lots of top prospects offensively that just haven't really panned out. Like, I know a couple of those guys are still young, like Brian Rocchio's still young. He's starting to hit a little bit more. I think Kyle Manzardo can be a nice player for them. But just some of these guys that were highly touted prospects haven't been able to swing the bat. So I think I'm inclined to say the Guardians should be sellers, whereas the Reds are in a different position. What do you think happens with them before I go on? Again,
I just saw them lose to the Rockies, so as a negative Reds fan, usually that just makes me even more pessimistic on it. I'm still waiting for the Reds to go on that run.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, man, they're over 500, but they're still in 4th place.
Yeah, they need to win 8 of 10.
Yes,
something like that.
Until I can see the Reds go on a really sustained run, I'm leaning now no.
I'm kind of in the same spot as you because, how late is too late for the Reds? I know there's still plenty of time, right? We're just about at the All-Star break, but there's a lot of other teams competing for these wild card spots, and you got to get going at some point. I know they've dealt with some injuries. Hunter Green is such a big part of that team. They need to get him healthy.
You can only go 500 so much.
Exactly. You've got to get to a point where, hey, there are 2 months left in the season. Your winning percentage has got to be 600, right? That's what you've got to do to make the playoffs. And they are in an interesting position, though, in that they have a very young and good roster. They also have good prospects. So you could add a right-handed power bat to the team by trading prospects. You could add to the bullpen by trading prospects. You could add a starting pitcher by trading prospects. So hypothetically, you could get some quality experience on that roster. Do you want to do that, though, at this point in time? Is the team ready for that? I'm not so sure. What do you think about that, being a fan?
I feel like at this point, it is probably go to the off season and actually go get someone.
Okay.
And next year you can really make a splash.
And what does that look like to you? Is it a power bat in the outfield? Is it somebody to play third base?
I like the rotation right now, so I'm not really worrying about pitching. I think it's probably the power bat is what is just that thing they're missing.
Yeah, and it's that you've got Ellie who swings it from both sides. Yes. I think that you need that right-handed power bat, right? Because, I mean, what Austin? Who do they got? Austin Hayes was maybe supposed to be that guy this year, and he was hurt for a while, and I'd like to see it happen for the Reds. Like the Guardians have had that magic. I just want to see it happen for the Reds, and I'm not sure this is the
Which venue between the two do you think is a better playoff hosting environment?
I have no idea because the Reds don't make the playoffs.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, I can't remember really, like, seeing Great American Ballpark rocking for a playoff game, whereas I can imagine that.
Because they don't go to playoff games.
Yeah.
The best that they've ever done is that wild card play-in.
Yeah.
Since 92.
Yeah, that's the last time, right? And that's the only thing that was against the Pirates, correct? And that's all I can remember. I'd like to, like, hypothetically, I would like to go see that. I think it would be cool because they have such a large fan base. They're such a popular team from their success back in the day. You'd like to think it's good because those fans have been starved for so long, but I just have no idea.
As a long-suffering Bengals fan, we did learn the Bengals fans do go nuts for playoff games in recent years. But
I'll go Great American Ballpark.
I have no idea with the Reds.
What about you, Dane? Where would you like to go? Have you been to a Guardians game before?
I had. Well, they
weren't the Guardians.
They weren't the Guardians. But have they? Did they? When's the last time they changed stadiums?
I mean, they've been in that building for a long time. They've just changed names.
Yeah, so they've been. So I've been to that one then.
It's still the Jake from the 90s.
Okay.
The Progressive.
Gotcha. So yeah, I was there probably in 2010.
Okay.
I went up there for a game.
They've made some actually renovations like in the past year that have upgraded it a little bit. I think it's one of the most underrated ballparks in baseball.
They get rocking when they're in the playoffs.
Oh yeah. Those people. I mean, they're good sports fans all across Ohio. Like I think no matter where a playoff game is in Ohio, you're going to get good sports fans there, and it's going to be
a really good. Both of them really. But yeah, when I went up there, we did Great Lakes Brewing. Isn't there right there by the stadium?
Yeah.
I just remember that. I remember walking over a bridge and then just don't remember much about the actual game. No, I wasn't drunk. I was just that sounded bad.
It did sound bad.
Maybe it was just like a forgettable game.
The MLB All-Star Game was in Cleveland back in 2019. This year, it's at Truist Field in Atlanta. And I want to talk about that a little bit coming up because when I was a kid,
I have thoughts after this weekend.
I want to hear what you have to say because the Midsummer Classic for me was like the end-all be-all. I loved the All-Star Game. It actually meant something. Now I'm not so sure. So we're going to delve into that when we come back. It's Fan Sports Saturday on The Fan.
Waddle, hop, or gallop your way to adventure. The Columbus Zoo invites you to follow the footsteps and the tails of animals from around the world. Explore 8 wild regions, including our newest North America trek. So what are you waiting for? Get your tail to our trails only at your Columbus Zoo. Get more information and tickets at columbuszoo.org.
You had a solid retirement dream. Sell your home in a few years, bank the equity, downsize, and travel. But with an unpredictable economy and the future feeling uncertain, you're wondering if that equity will still be there when you're ready. What if you could bank that equity right now? With TrueHold, you can sell your home for its current value, so you can access your equity today. You can bank the cash now and stay in the home you love with an easy standard lease. TrueHold even covers property taxes, insurance, and repairs. And since TrueHold hands over your equity in cash now, it's yours to do whatever you'd like. Don't let a shifting economy put your hard-earned equity at risk. Visit TrueHold.com and receive their competitive offer on your home in just 48 hours, based on its current value, not what's coming. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit TrueHold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out on your home's value without moving. That's TrueHold.com.
Your bathroom's got to go, the vanity's decayed, and toilet's really old. The bathtub's giving way. If baths are us a ring, call morning, noon, or night. You do not have to wait to get your bathroom right.
Call Baths R Us for your free estimate and enter to win our Christmas in July $12,500 bathroom remodel with an additional savings of up to $3,000 plus low to no monthly payments. 380-225-2284. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
There's nothing Bo Bishop can't do well, except find competent co-hosts. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan. Sports talk, weekend style. You're listening to Fan Sports Saturday.
Dylan Tyrer, Dane Sanzenbacher, Nate Puderbaugh with you, talking Major League Baseball, in particular the All-Star Game and the Home Run Derby coming up. That'll be on Tuesday at Truist Park in Atlanta. Nate, let's just get into your thoughts because you seem a little bit fired up about this.
Yeah, first off, Jacob Misiorowski, someone already has your nickname, give it back.
Okay.
Number two, how important is an all-star game when you can make it after 5 games?
So it is very strange to me, but I'm going to say this to you right now. I don't hate it because I feel like MLB has been kind of slow to these things, right? Like you've got a very hot name right now. I don't think it's fair. If you're going off of traditional All-Star game standards, this is very bizarre. The guy's pitched in 5 major league games, and he's going to be an All-Star as a replacement for Matthew Boyd, starter for the Chicago Cubs. He's electric. He has a 103-mile-per-hour fastball. He's taken Major League Baseball by storm, and that is why they have him in the All-Star game.
He's good. Like, I was like, his 5 starts, he's 4-1.
Yeah.
But, like, you have played 5 professional games.
Yeah, it is ridiculous, but Major League Baseball wants him in the game because he's being talked about and he's electric, and they want eyeballs on the All-Star game, and there is now controversy and conversation about this going into the All-Star game, which I'm sure they like. So I respect that for Major League Baseball. Honestly, I do. I think it's kind of shameless, and I respect it because some of these other sports have made these All-Star games a little bit more gimmicky, and they've changed some things up to get more eyeballs on it. The NHL got away from the All-Star game and did the Four Nations face-off this year. The NBA saw that. Now they're talking about maybe doing some international competition as well. Now Major League Baseball wants to get a conversation going around their All-Star game. Do I like it? No, because 5 games is utterly ridiculous. It is 5 MLB games, and he's being named an All-Star. With that said, it started a conversation, and that's what MLB needs right now.
It's like the Hall of Fame versus the Hall of Good argument. At that point, like once you're like, oh, we're letting a guy in with 5 games. Okay, so you're not an All-Star. You're some good players are playing a baseball game that is meaningless.
Yes. And that's it for me. Like, I think a lot of people had issue with the All-Star game when it meant something, right? The winner of the All-Star game would get home field advantage in the World Series, which I liked. Like, I thought that really added to the All-Star game, but I also completely understand the argument where it's like, come on, how are we going to determine home field like this? Are these guys really taking it seriously? But for me, the All-Star game used to be something, right? It was the All-Star game. Like, that was the most popular All-Star game in sports. Nobody cares about the Pro Bowl. Nobody cares about NBA All-Star Weekend. I think that maybe used to have a little bit more allure. Nobody cared about NHL All-Star Weekend when that was a thing. MLB All-Star, the All-Star game and All-Star festivities, Home Run Derby, they always meant something. It was special. It's the Midsummer Classic, right? America's pastime. And I just don't know if I feel that anymore. Where do you stand on that, Dane?
It's clearly slipped a little. I don't know why that is, but I think, yeah, it's just become more of a showcase than an earned thing. But I guess with most of these mid-season, the sports that have kind of their mid-season all-star games, 5 games is a little light. But if you did, like you would want, if you had the NBA and say Cooper Flagg's hurt for the first part of the year, you'd still want to see him in the showcase.
Well, that's like last year.
That's why you have the rookie game.
Well, last year, if you recall, Caitlin Clark was not an all-star in the WNBA, and people were losing their minds, right? Yeah, exactly. You'd want the person people want to see in the all-star game. But that brings up this debate where It's what people want to see versus what's earned, what the players think about. Like I don't know if the players care, but if you actually care, you wouldn't be happy.
Do they not have slots in some of these, or at least baseball, that's like a fan voted?
Yeah, so the fans vote on who is going to be the All-Star, but also like this year, Clayton Kershaw is going to be an All-Star just because Rob Manfred essentially said he's going to be an All-Star because he's a legend of the game. Like he's earned a legend spot in the All-Star game. Just they want to have a guy that people want to see in the All-Star game.
Nate, you're taking it too seriously, I think.
Maybe 5 it bothers me.
That's what I'm saying is that I can understand both sides of this argument.
If he's a rookie that has pitched all year, I have no problem with this idea. He's been pitching since May.
Yeah,
but how's his stuff?
He throws 103, man.
He's got stuff. He's got stuff. That's why they just want to have a little entertaining weekend.
No.
Invite the kid with the arm.
Where do you guys stand on the home run derby? Like, I still think the home run derby has some juice, whereas the All-Star game maybe doesn't. I think people, I still tune into the home run derby.
If they get some dudes in it, it's fun.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it, so maybe that says something, but I would agree, and I would still say it's above, it's got to be the best all-star event in sports. I think it outpaces the dunk contest.
Yeah.
Oh, it's definitely better than the dunk contest.
I can't think of
That's
another one.
That's gone downhill. The dunk contest used to be good.
I can't think of another one that's comparable to, like, if the home run derby's on and you're flipping through, even if you're not looking, you're watching it.
I do think there's a little bit of electricity in the home run derby this year and looking at some of the participants. So you've got Matt Olson in the home run derby, hometown guy for the Braves. This is going to be played at the Braves ballpark. Like, that's going to add some juice. Matt Olson, he is a home run hitter. Down a little bit this year. He's hit 17, but this is a guy that, he can hit 40 home runs in a season. Jazz Chisholm from the Yankees, like, there's a little bit of juice there because he's a Yankee. Brent Rooker, sorry, nobody cares. He's an Athletic. Junior Caminero, sorry, not sure anybody cares. He's a Ray. He's hit a lot of home runs this season, but then things get a little interesting for me in the field. O'Neal Cruz, like, that is going to be a sick home run derby participant because he hits the ball so far and he hits the ball so hard. Like, nobody hits the ball harder in Major League Baseball than O'Neal Cruz. Like, the guy has a 123 mile per hour off the bat home run this season. That's absurd. So we're going to get to see that. That's going to create lots of interest. Byron Buxton for the Twins, maybe some interest there. James Wood, one of the better young players in Major League Baseball. He has been electric this season. 6'7", hits the ball super, super hard. He's really come on this year. And then you've got Cal Raleigh, who's the Major League leader in home runs. He's going to be in the home run derby, which I think is pretty darn sweet. So it has juice for me. It has juice for me, and I'm excited for the home run derby. I will watch it like I do every single year. Will you guys tune in?
No Aaron Judge?
Are you out? No Aaron Judge, unfortunately.
I will tune in.
I'd like to see Ellie in it. I think that I
would like to see Ellie.
I want to see like O'Neal Cruz, Ellie, like the guys who remember when Luis Robert was in it a couple of years ago and he was hitting the ball just further than anyone and it was like, oh my God. I want to see the guys that can do that. I don't care about who hits the most home runs. I want to see the absolute tanks.
Balls leave ballpark.
Yeah,
they should actually.
Tanks.
Yeah, who
I want
picks
rings
that?
outside the stadium to hit the balls into, and you get points.
Oh, this is fun. This is fun. Or you could set up here you go. Like, you know how everybody loves the pool in right field in Arizona or the pool in Jacksonville? Just set up pools out there with people in them, and if you hit them in pools, you get more points.
Do you know how they select who's going to be in the Derby?
I think it's just guys in the All-Star game that...
So they are all-stars first.
Yeah,
and they're... See, what I would like to see is there's probably guys buried on some of these rosters that, can't hit a curveball, but can absolutely mash the ball if they have to.
Well, John Kenzie Noel of the Cleveland Guardians.
So if you just, let all the teams vote, you've got to submit, it was a team thing, submit your best guy for the home run derby, even if he's not an all-star, and just have some bombers.
I'm all right with that.
I like that, too. Just every team has their guy, and then you battle for home run supremacy.
Yeah, it's this guy's on a roster. He barely plays, but you should see him in BP. He can launch the ball. And then just have, star-making performances at the home run derby.
All right, that is perfect, because there is a guy like that on my list that I want to talk about next. Talking about the home run derby got me thinking in my preparation, which athletes from other sports would you like to see compete in the Home Run Derby? That's what we're talking about next. It's Fan Sports Saturday on The Fan.
If you miss a live show, you can catch the podcast. If you miss the podcast, our hosts have volunteered to have dinner with you.
Ma, the meatloaf!
The Fan.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Right now, save big on Heritage Farm boneless chicken breasts. They're only $2.49 a pound with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Tired of all the bugs in your yard? Enjoy your backyard again with Cutter Backyard, ready to spray bug control at Menards. It kills mosquitoes, fleas, ticks, and other insects fast, controlling them for up to 12 weeks. A 32-ounce ready-to-spray container covers up to 5,000 square feet and is on sale now through July 13th. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for more great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Aaron, you know that complete HVAC system we sell for $12,000?
Yeah, it's for homes that are 1,600 square feet or less.
How big is 1,600 square feet?
3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. Those homes are what America is made of.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Other companies are charging $15,000 to $18,000 for that same system.
Yeah, I know.
And if your family doesn't need a new furnace, Eco will replace the AC component for just $8,500. Why are we doing this?
Nurses, police officers, office workers, firefighters, and school teachers live in those houses, Jerry.
The people that America is made of live in the houses that America is made of.
We're just doing what we can to restore balance to the universe, Jerry.
Get Eco.
ECO.
When a person is doing well, they're making money. But when they're doing good, they're helping others.
Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians.
We're bringing balance to the universe.
Go to GetEco.com.
Imagine what it would feel like getting tackled head-on by a 240-pound linebacker. You'd be in serious pain, right? But if you're unbuckled in a car crash, at just 50 miles an hour, you become a deadly projectile that can slam into other passengers with 8 times that amount of force. Don't let someone else take the hit. Buckle up and visit buckleup.ohio.gov to learn more. Brought to you by ODOT and ODPS.
Road trip!
This summer at Tire Discounters, your tires are your passport to savings because you're driving to Paris,
Texas,
then it's off to Rome,
Georgia,
and you'll be kissing the Blarney Stone in Dublin,
Ohio!
Right now, save up to $434 when you buy 4 tires, and that includes a free alignment and oil change. Stop at Tire Discounters before you see the world.
What's the best way to make sure you don't miss any of your favorite fan shows? Oh no. Download the Fan app, silly.
Ah, damn it, I knew that.
App Store, Google Play, or just scream right at your phone. Psst, you can also listen to Buckeye games. Do it now.
Hey guys, it's Timmy Hall from my friends at Orthopedic One, Central Ohio's most trusted orthopedic practice. 2 years ago, I was actually experiencing hip pain for the first time in my life, and I knew I needed the best. So I chose Orthopedic One for my physical therapy needs. And in a matter of weeks, I was rotating that golf swing better than before, and I was the longest hitter in my group again. So be like me and trust Orthopedic One and stay at the top of your game. Several convenient locations across Central Ohio. To find a physician or location near you, just go to orthopedic1.com.
Breaking news, and this one is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's all about new customers at Bet365 because they get $150 in bonus bets when they bet $5, win or lose. And even better, bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, and player props.
There you have it. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. And see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. TNCs apply. Available in app only.
Got one of those days that never stops? Try a stop at Speedway. Refresh your fuel tank, refresh your U-tank with 69-cent large Big Gulp drinks. And refresh the vibe for any drive. Refresh at Speedway with 69-cent large Big Gulp drinks with Speedy Rewards and try exclusive Mountain Dew Infinite Swirl flavor for a limited time only. The convenience stores of Speedway. Valid through 8/26/25. See app for full terms.
The sun is out and the savings are on at Coughlin Kia, Central Ohio's largest volume Kia dealer. Take up to $7,000 off MSRP on any new Kia EV in stock, or get up to $3,000 off MSRP plus 0% financing for 60 months. Visit CoughlinKia.com.
Coughlin has the car for you.
Largest Kia dealer based on current ground stock at all 4 Coughlin Kia locations. 0% for 60 months equals $1,667 per 1,000 finance. All manufacturer incentives to dealer. Prior sales excluded. Dealer financing required. Residency restrictions may apply. See dealer for details. Ends 7/31/25.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Ohio Heating and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
During weekend programming, pants are optional.
Look at my butt!
However, leather chairs may have been a bad choice. You're listening to Fan Sports Saturday.
Final segment of the show. This has been lots of fun. Dylan Tyrer, Dane Sanzenbacher, Nate Puderbaugh with you. We are talking home run derby hypotheticals right now. I told you guys prepare 5 names, 5 athletes from other sports you would want to see in the Major League Baseball home run derby. Nate, do you have a list back there?
I do.
All right, let's start off with you. I hope we have no crossover here. Like, I want just very, very unique lists. So that's what I'm hoping for. I want to get very imaginative with this.
All right, number 5, Lionel Messi.
Ooh.
I want the soccer player to have a bat in his hand.
He can't kick home runs.
Number 4, Ovi with his slap shot. That would translate well to a baseball bat.
Oh, I would love to see that.
On a similar note, Roger Federer.
Okay.
Number 2, Brock Lesnar.
Ooh.
I've seen him be awesome in real wrestling. I've seen him be awesome in UFC. I have seen him chuck a car door 250 feet into a crowd. I want to see him with a baseball bat in his hand.
That would be something to see.
And the number 1, even though I hate him, I want to see Zdeno Chara with a baseball bat with that 130-mile-an-hour slap shot. How far is that ball going to go?
That is going to go a long way. I would like to see these guys with metal bats in their hands, too. Like Brock Lesnar with a metal bat.
Jesus.
That would be unbelievable. Oof, scary list right there. So you went with, like, outside of Messi, you went with a good deal of size.
Yeah,
you kind of went big guys thinking that they would launch it.
I also went with, like, slap shot / tennis serve.
Yeah.
Translates decently well to baseball.
Yep. I have some similar thinking on my list. Dane, what do you have on yours?
Mine was similar, too, in that these guys are in swing sports. Because I've seen enough, we got to actually take batting practice with the Reds when I was in Cincinnati. And I've seen football players try to hit the ball, and it's not impressive.
Did you take BP?
Yeah.
Okay, what'd you do?
It was swinging like a golf club. Like, it was like a bunch of line drives, but couldn't keep my weight back. I needed to get in the cage. So I've kept mine in you have a swing sport. So very similar to Nate. I liked the tennis idea, but like Rafa Nadal and Francis Tiafoe, like guys that swing it hard but seem like pretty strong guys, those would be my 5 and 4. My other 2, I just think it would be funny to watch other people try to do this. So golfers. So I have Bryson DeChambeau. I'd like to see how that translate into a bat. Like, could he hit it or could he just not hit a ball that's moving? John Rahm would be my, 3 and 2. I just want to see what that looks like to golfers to get out there.
Put the ball on a tee.
Yeah. We'll put the ball on a tee and let him hit it. That would be great. My last one is 2, so I cheated, and it's also within the sport, but it would be a dream, is like some old dudes coming back. What I want to see is just tee up Maguire Sosa in their current state, see who can still smash it. We're post-roids. We've felt the pain of like the fall of this. Let's go head-to-head. We're going to go just Maguire Sosa back-to-back home run derby.
I love that. Like a 20 years later, 25 years later showdown.
So like every year you take the 20-year prior showdown. So like the winner versus the other one and just get old dudes in there to see if they still got it.
A Legends home run derby. Like you've got the rookie game, the futures game, you do the Legends home run derby. I love that idea. That's awesome.
I cheated. They're baseball players, but that's peak my like childhood watching that drama play out that I could go for seeing it again.
I love that. You and I think too similarly because I've got a former major leaguer on mine. I bent the rules a little bit, and I also had Bryson DeChambeau on mine.
Really?
Because Yeah, I feel like Bryson, he hits the ball farther than anybody in golf, and I just think that would be fun. And plus, he's an entertainer. So I'm going to switch my pick from Bryson to go from him to another great entertainer in golf, and that's Phil Mickelson. Lefties have the sweetest swings, and I think Phil Mickelson in the home run derby would be a lot of fun. He would be chirping. He would be gambling. I think it would be awesome to have Phil in there. Number 2, I've got the Mountain from Game of Thrones. He is a 6'9", 430-pound strongman. I think he's Norwegian. So you were talking about size. I think having that guy swing a bat would be a lot of fun. That would be something else. Somebody that large taking batting practice and trying to hit home runs. It might take him a while to get the swing down, but I think that could be fun. Similarly, I have Nikola Jokic on my list just because I think it would be funny to see him try and swing a baseball bat. Such a big guy.
Okay, then I'm adding Chet Holmgren to mine. Because I just want to see a bunch of stick.
He is a baseball bat.
You guys brought up the golfers and you brought up Mickelson. I want to see prime John Daly. Oh,
that's a good one.
In full John Daly mode.
That is a good one. Number 4, I have Chad Ochocinco, just because I think it would be such a fun entertainer. He also strikes me as a guy that is good at lots of different sports, so I feel like he'd be able to get right in there and swing. And then last but not least for me, and it goes back to a former major leaguer, so again, kind of breaking the rules here, but I have Ichiro Suzuki, and I have that one because there are so many accounts. Like Barry Bonds once said that if Ichiro were to hit in the home run derby, he would win the home run derby. Like Ichiro was known for being a contact hitter, a speed guy. But in batting practice, like there are legendary stories of Ichiro in batting practice that he had all the power in the world. That's just not how he swung the bat in games. He was contact focused, trying to get on base. But like Ichiro could hit home runs with the best of them.
Did he ever participate in a contest?
No, he never took part in the home run derby. But Barry Bonds, I guess,
what
had
a
just seen it.
And yeah. That's just he's in it for he's a baseball guy.
Do you know Ichiro? I think had buffalo wings as his pregame meal for every single game that he played in. He just loved buffalo wings.
His
so
legend
much.
just seems to keep growing, too.
If we're going with the entertainers and a show for this, can we get Shaq and Barkley doing a home run derby?
I think they should comment. I think they should commentate. That would be so good.
Barkley is the low-hanging fruit in this. You're right, Nate.
Yes.
Barkley at the home run derby would be just so amazing.
Did you see what Chuck did? First of all, his golf swing is way better. He holed out in that Pro-Am in Salt Lake City the other day. Yeah, he holed out from probably 100, 150 yards out. I saw it on social media last night. Pretty darn good from Chuck.
Nice. Keep working, Chuck.
Yeah, but that was... Did you ever do a home run derby or anything like that outside of batting practice? I was in the home run derby in Little League.
Funny you should ask. Next weekend, you can watch me hit some home runs at Cardell Jones charity softball event at the Clipper Stadium.
Have you done any preparation for that? Or are you going in cold?
No. I probably should do some cages, but I might go in cold. There's typically, and I didn't look at the roster this year, there's 17 guys per roster, so I think I batted once, maybe twice. I hit a home run in my first one, though.
Heck yeah.
But they had the fence so far in that it was like almost if you hit a long fly ball. So they moved it back in subsequent years. There is a home run derby that I was not a part of. I'm not a power guy, you know.
Some other boppers were in that one?
Yeah, the big boys. They let the big kids play with the home run derby.
All right. I respect that. Well, Dane, it was a lot of fun to do this with you. I always have a good time when you and I are able to get together and do it. Bears guys, White Sox guys. So
just us Chicago guys.
Just the Chicago guys keeping it together. Nate, appreciate you back there as well. Couple of just awesome lists out of Nate today. Our 5 to 10 quarterbacks and then our home run derby participants. So I really appreciate that. And as always, you guys out there, thanks for listening. We love doing this for you, and we can't wait to do it again. So, again, thanks for being with us. This was Fan Sports Saturday on The Fan.
If you haven't thought about Buckeye football today, I'm sorry to tell you that you're dead. Our condolences. Your home of the Buckeyes, The Fan.
You ever feel like your money is just lying around? Switch to Huntington Bank, and your money is always doing something.
Like what?
Like automatically pushing more to savings so you can take that trip.
I like trips.
Who doesn't? It even tracks your progress. You're almost there.
Well, I better pack.
And it charts your spending so you know which vacation hat you can afford.
How does it know I like hats?
Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
Waddle, hop, or gallop your way to adventure. The Columbus Zoo invites you to follow the footsteps and the tails of animals from around the world. Explore 8 wild regions, including our newest North America trek. So what are you waiting for? Get your tail to our trails only at your Columbus Zoo. Get more information and tickets at columbuszoo.org.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Hi, I'm Rick Germain, and at Toyota West, we're having our biggest pre-owned sales event of the year. With over 600 new and pre-owned vehicles, Toyota West at I-270 and Georgesville Road has the car you're searching for. And during our Go Forth sales event, every pre-owned vehicle is discounted and comes with a 72-hour exchange policy plus a 3-month warranty. At Toyota West, you don't have to choose between a great experience and a great price. We deliver both. Come see us at the Germain Auto Mall on Georgesville Road or get started today at ToyotaWest.com.
Are you ready for the ultimate entertainment experience? It's all here, only with Spectrum TV Select. Popular apps are included: Disney Plus, Max, Peacock Premium, Paramount Plus, AMC Plus, and more. And live TV for sports, entertainment, and news. Enjoy across your devices no matter when or where you are. Get Spectrum TV Select and start streaming your favorites today. It's all here. Visit spectrum.com/entertainment. Restrictions apply.
Boating season is finally here, and Buckeye Lake Marina is your go-to destination for all your on-the-water needs. With the largest inventory in Central Ohio, you can choose from top brands like Bennington, South Bay, Crown Line, and more. Buckeye Lake Marina has it all. Pontoon boats, luxury tri-toon boats, even merch. Open 7 days a week to serve you better. Find your next dream boat at Buckeye Lake Marina. Visit BuckeyeLakeMarina.com today for all your on-the-water needs. The good life, the lake life, starts at Buckeye Lake Marina.